Video ID. How do I get my video ID? I thought maybe this would happen right by itself. I don't know if we're live. We might be.
Hello.
Yeah, let me check. Let me check here and see if we are. Would you? Yeah. Would you? Why don't you talk about what we're gonna talk about?
Are we good? Like we're jumping in?
I think. Well, let me see if I can hear us. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I think we're live. The only thing I can't figure out, I'll
Oh.
just have to figure it out for the next one is chat, which is fine. I think it's just gonna be us. So I can't figure out how to get the chat working. I have to put in a video ID, and I don't know how to do that. So we just won't. If anyone is there and they tune, I guess I could pull it up on my phone.
I just put up my phone, yeah.
Okay. If you want to keep an eye out, and I can as well. But yeah, welcome to Hobby Vomit. First live stream for Movie Club. Trying something new. Save a little time on my end. No editing. That's what we like here. So we're back. I'm Matt here with my brother
Hello.
who like the movies,
I
as he
like
likes
the
to say,
movies.
as he likes to say. Yeah. So yeah, if you're new, we're just gonna talk about some movies that we watched in the last couple of weeks since the last one. We're trying to take advantage of Shudder as much as we can. So we're watching some Shudder originals. As you'll see at the top, we are talking about 3 movies this week.
I just
Um,
saw what a cluster of
I
names there.
know.
Didn't know what we were talking about.
Well, Daddy's Head is like the worst. It's just the weirdest movie name, anyways. um, yeah, it is funny, all 3 in a row. But yeah, so we're gonna talk about them quickly back to back in a spoiler free way, and then we'll do some spoilers. But to kick it off, before we get into the movie talk, I wanted to ask you. You've been to Cinemark, right? Have you been to
Yeah.
Cinemark lately?
No, I have not.
Did you ever see? So AMC is famous for the Nicole Kidman pre-show. Have you seen the Cinemark one for the movie rewards, the loyalty one, with
I don't
like
think so.
the mobsters?
No.
No.
I've seen
Okay.
the Regal like movie quote one. It's like their kind of recent one, their response to Nicole Kidman. But no, I don't think I've seen the
Okay, so
Cinemark
this
one.
one's specifically for the movie rewards, not for Cinemark, but for like their reward program. And it's these 4 guys sitting around a table. They're kind of dressed like mobsters and talking about how they can like they're talking like in a gangster way, but like maybe one day you're driving down the road and a free movie ticket falls off the back of a truck or stuff like that, and like they will make someone disappear, stuff like that. And then it cuts to a girl watching them going like, oh, we gonna make them sleep with the fishes, and they're like, no, we just do movie rewards. And then it goes into like a montage of funny Italian mobster movie reward stuff. And so the very ending of it, this was a topic on Reddit that I was very curious about because we've seen it a lot of times. It's been around for about a year. We've seen it a ton of times, and the very ending of it, they're sitting in a theater watching a movie, but we're watching them watch the movie, and one guy leans over and he goes, "Hey, Junior, pass the mints," and the other guy looks over and he goes, "Oh, Junior," and then it ends. And so someone posted it on Reddit, and someone quoted. They just put "oh exclamation point Junior," um, and someone beneath that said, because I had always thought like, oh, like it's clever wordplay, I guess, but like it's not that funny. It's
Yeah.
just like kind of clever wordplay. And someone was like, I didn't really get this at first until I watched it a few times, and then I understood it, and it's pretty clever. And I was like, oh, maybe there is something deeper that I just have missed all of this time. And so I made the mistake of commenting on Reddit because it's something you should never do. But I was like, explain this to me like I'm 5, because like I get that there's a guy named Junior and that there's a candy named Junior Mints, and he's
Yeah.
asking Junior to pass the mints, but like, what's the joke? And like, someone was just like, that is the joke.
That's the joke.
I
Yeah,
was
they
like,
did
but
it like
what's the
the
punchline? Like, there's no punchline. It's just like, oh, it's clever because
right.
Junior. Um, and yeah, I've not had an answer. Apparently, that's the joke. I
That's
don't.
the joke. Yeah, it sounds like it's like a it's supposed to be like a silly dad joke, kind of like a
But that
self-aware nod, I guess the joke is the mobster being like, oh, like that he's like calling out the joke,
yeah,
like
exactly.
a fourth wall breaking way.
Exactly. It's really weird. There's no like punchline. And
Yeah.
so then I was like, so so if I was like, hey Reese, pass the cups and they're like, oh Reese.
Yeah.
like like that's the would that be a joke? That's a joke?
I mean, yeah, I think it's like it's supposed to be in that
Reese's
like
cup, junior mints.
it's definitely like a fourth wall breaking thing where yeah, it's like the joke is because at least like with Junior, that's like something you would actually say, right? It's like almost like
What's something
they're
you'd say?
using it as like mob slang, like hey Junior, like they're
Okay, yeah.
like
I guess that's the thing I was wondering is like, is he just nicknaming him Junior in that moment
yeah, I think
for
it's
the
supposed to like
joke, or is his name? Does he go by Junior?
I don't I think mobster number one is not telling a joke. He's just like the rest of the commercial doing mobster
But it doesn't
things,
make any
and then
sense because that would imply that Mobster Two just has mints.
well, yeah, it doesn't make sense. Yeah, it's just there to set up the joke, and then
I know.
yeah, and then mobster two is like breaking the fourth wall
Yeah, it's just a
of
weird,
acknowledging the fact that it's a joke. Yeah, I mean it's not good. It's bad.
but it's still fun.
It's
I still
stupid.
like it. The oh,
Yeah,
Junior. It's one of those. The more I think about it, the less it makes sense. But I don't know. I start saying like, "Hey, Bree, pass the cheese." Oh, Bree.
it sounds like it's like he's supposed to be. Yeah, it's like he's supposed to be doing what the audience is doing, and you could just have that yourself, where yeah, it just ends with like, "Hey, Junior, pass the mints," and then it cuts to black, and then people look to each other like, "Oh, I get it, it's Junior Mints,"
Yeah,
but
it's like he's getting,
he's
but
like,
like mints aren't a thing.
right, like who's just like holding on to mints at the
It would make
theater?
more sense if it was like pass your mints or something because it's like his name's Junior, like Junior
Yeah,
Mints. I don't know. I don't know. I just it's one of those that it's I've questioned it, and the more I think about it, the less it makes sense. But their other one doesn't make much sense either. The my buddy Colin, he and I have discussed it. There's like the opera singing, and this one you've seen. He shows up late.
yeah,
The
the
kid
opera
shows up
singer.
late, and he's like, "Can
Yeah,
you believe that?" He's like, "No." And so yeah, I think Colin is like wondering what's it implying? Like, can you believe that you're late, or can you believe what just happened? Kind
like
of
on the
thing.
screen, like
Yeah.
movie. Yeah, yeah,
So Cinemark's just they haven't nailed it yet, but they're both
yeah.
great.
That's
I
there
really
are
like
cinema.
them. Yeah, the monster ones, it's pretty fun. It's like it's really self aware. I just think that like when they were sitting down to write this, they're like, we got to end with a joke. What's a
Yeah,
good
yeah. A
joke?
little zinger.
Yeah, and it's just like when you think about it, it kind of isn't really a joke.
Yeah. Meanwhile, AMC, obviously Nicole Kidman is that whole thing exists in itself and was not meant to be a meme and has become popular just from the audience reactions. But meanwhile, they do have a really good slogan, I think, and we make movies better with it working both ways. And it's like a nice little double. And that it seems like the slogan that a company would pay like $1 million for someone to come up with. It
Yeah,
seems simple. You're like, I could have thought of that, but then you're like, yeah, it's pretty good.
yeah, it's good.
It's worked really well. So, but they've been teasing a sequel to the Nicole Kidman thing for a long time.
They're just embracing
That's
it.
been going for at least like 2 years. Oh yeah, they fully embraced it because they know. I mean, it's huge. Like people reels of people like going to the theater just so they can all like recite the monologue together. Like it's huge. Or T-shirts with all the words on it.
Yeah, but I feel like it's
So
gonna be interesting because if if they try and make a sequel recreating it with that self-awareness because clearly they were not.
right,
I don't care
no,
what they say. They thought it was like
100%.
good.
Yeah, they'll
um
ruin it by
yeah,
trying to make
exactly.
it funny or trying
Are
to.
they
Yeah,
so they're
100%.
trying to get Nicole Kidman back to do it again?
Yeah, which I'm sure she would, and now she can negotiate probably even more money. She's like,
Just
"Yeah, you want me back? Like, pay me tons because she knows it's all about her.
Mhm.
Can't have it without her." Yeah, but I mean, I'll watch that one any day over the Regal one. The Regal movie quotes one is one of the worst things I've ever seen.
Yeah, I think
It's
I've seen
awful.
that. It's just like yeah, I've seen it.
Just movie quotes after movie quotes. There's like one where like one friend walks in and
There's
is like
this,
looking
so
for
you're
their
saying
friends, and
there's a
someone's over the
chance,
top,
right?
and he does like the "Hey, you guys," and then yeah, the saying. So you're saying there's a chance thing is brutal. I don't even
Yeah,
remember what
that's
it's
the one that
in
stood out to me
response
as
to.
like, yeah, or as a remembering it of not being
It's
good.
so bad. It's
Yeah.
so bad.
So I will say,
Um,
Cinemark, I feel like theirs have been the best of like, I don't know. I've seen them a million times, and like I feel like if I had to watch that Nicole Kidman one every time, I would lose it.
yeah, they
Um,
definitely don't. They do like a condensed version for sure. There's like a shorter version that they'll play, and then AMC has this new one with this like couple going through these like different like they'll do like a West Side Story dance battle against each other, and then they're driving like almost like Fast and Furious driving cars, and it's painful. And
I
that
just
one I
don't get
see
it. Why are movie theaters advertising their own theater that you're
their own
sitting in?
theaters. I know,
I'm
yeah. It's
there.
like,
You
I
don't got
know,
to
yeah.
convince
I'm
me to
already
go.
here.
I'm here. I'm watching
Yeah,
a movie in your
I
theater.
think a lot of it is like on that one. It's got to be like concessions because like they're all throughout. It's like they're driving the Fast and Furious car, and then they're like sipping a nice Coke, or at the end they're always like taking a nice. I'm sure it's like a bit of like a subliminal,
Yeah.
but yeah, it is weird. But yeah, maybe it does work. Of a lot of people are like, I don't really care what theater I go to as long as I see a movie. But maybe if you are kind of imprinting on people like this is the way to do it. This is the culture you want to be a part of. I don't know, but one of my favorites of all time was that old AMC one where
The roller
the guy
coaster?
got scared with the popcorn. The
Oh
the
no.
the roller
That's
coaster is
Regal.
Regal. That was like a Regal classic, but
Yeah.
no, it's the guy with like he gets scared and does his popcorn. It goes everywhere, and after a while, they changed it and ended up using another clip where he just eats the popcorn because people were also doing it in theaters at the same time and causing a mess. So they like shifted it away from that, but
That's funny. I just can't.
like,
Can
I'm
you
glad
imagine
there's
spending like $15 on popcorn,
just a waste.
waiting for
Yeah, I
that
mean, that's
moment?
Minecraft. That was the Minecraft
Yeah.
thing where people were buying all this food just to throw it. It's just crazy.
It's
But
crazy.
but yeah, the roller coaster's the all-time favorite. I think for everybody.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the roller coaster was fun. But yeah, I just thought it'd be a fun way to kick it off because it's been haunting me since. And Reddit just called me out saying
Reddit
that is the
gotcha.
joke, you idiot. Like, I'm like, oh, Junior. So I haven't been going around saying that.
I gotta watch it.
Yeah, it's pretty good. And the other thing that's frustrating about it is like they're advertising merch. I think I've told you about the Cinemark merch. It's like Cinemark merch, like a
Yeah.
hoodie that says like Cinemark or
So like
movie
what even
rewards,
is it? Like
and they got
yeah.
like a table full of it, and they're advertising it in every clip, and then they don't have any of it online. They don't actually sell it. I'm like,
Yeah.
it's
Like an
not
old
like
ad
it's
or something.
no, it's a new ad
Hmm.
because they just don't sell that. I guess it's just a
I
way.
saw it in the theater.
No, they just don't have it.
Hmm. Because AMC and Arena now, that's a new thing. They got like huge tables in the concession line selling everything.
Well, they sell
Like
merch, but not
weird.
Cinemark merch. They sell like popcorn buckets related to movies and
Hmm.
apparel related to movies. But like I showed you the Screen King and Screen Queen that
Yeah,
like
yeah,
Bree and I want to get for Bree and I because we go to
Mhm.
the movies a lot. And like I don't know, it's just simple and it's fun.
Yeah, it's funny.
Like they don't sell it. They don't have. They got hats in the preview. They don't sell hats. It's just like, but it's your brand. It's not like it's
Yeah,
gonna phase out.
weird.
It's just it's Cinemark. How are you know
Hmm.
not selling it? I don't know. Makes no sense. Cinemark just kind of sucks because
Yeah, so there's a reason that Cinemark's where they're at. I
yeah, they're
think
the
right
only
now.
one that's not doing like a movie pass too, or whatever you want to call it, a
Yeah,
weekly
yeah.
thing, which is annoying because
Well,
that's the only
maybe
theater we
it's
have
just
near us.
I would say maybe that's why they just where they're located, they don't have competition, so they're just like
Yeah,
fine coasting where they are. I don't know.
yeah,
Not sure.
it's annoying. But yeah, let's jump into the movies we watched. We did 3 movies. I think all 3 were on Shutter. I want to say maybe Climax
Possibly.
wasn't.
I don't think I
Um,
watched Climax on Shutter, but it might be on there.
Yeah, it might be. I'm not sure, but so Daddy's Head is definitely a Climax or a Shutter original. The other 2 are not. So we got 1 Shutter original in here, and 2 non-Shutter originals. So spoiler, we'll just start spoiler free. I think Possession will probably be our like main movie that we talk about. That or Climax, probably not Daddy's Head. But maybe. So we'll
That'd be
just kind of
good.
go in the order that it's at the top. We'll start with Possession, then go into Climax, and then go into Daddy's Head. But I think a fun way to start would be Just in order of favorite to least favorite. How would you rank these three?
Um, Probably my instincts would go. Climax was my favorite. Possession is up next, and definitely Daddy's Head is the easily the third, and will be the one that I forget very quickly.
Yeah.
Possession may be a better made film if you're looking at like the history of film and kind of everything all inclusive. But Climax just like blew me away,
hmm
and Possession did a lot of ways too. But Climax, I just was like floored. So I think that I would say is my favorite to least favorite for sure.
Yeah. I'm
But
torn between the two. I feel like Possession and Climax both had me just like completely entranced. But I think Possession had me for longer. I think
mhm.
Climax, the second half of it had me really like locked in, where Possession was like start to finish. I just like couldn't look away. And I think it was because of um, I think for both movies it was because of the filmmaking. I think Possession was maybe just a little more consistent
Yeah.
for that. But I think I scored them both. We can talk about scores too. Um, well, actually, I don't remember. I may have scored Climax. I think I gave Climax and Possession both a 4 out of 5. And then
Yeah.
yeah, same with you. Daddy's Head is not not at the top of that. I gave it a 2 out of 5,
Yeah, I think
and that's a
I think
generous 2, I would say.
yeah, same. I think yeah, I gave it to Climax. I gave 4.5 because it just was like really feeling it afterwards. It's probably more of like a four. It's a little we'll get into, it, but definitely a little overindulgent at times, and the two halves are very different for sure. And the Possession I just finished. I haven't rated it yet, but I'm probably at like a four. If I was closer to a 3.5 at first because it's definitely less of an accessible film than either of the other two. Like
Yeah.
it is like you're very you gotta work hard to be like even understanding what's going on. But yeah, I agree. But both, I'm excited to talk about both because Possession and Climax. Yeah, the filmmaking is just incredible in many different ways. Just very talented. Just pulling off these visions that are visions I would never even consider and pulling them off so well.
hmm
So it's just exciting to see a movie like that when there's so many that are just kind of playing it safe, playing by the book, and you've seen it, you've done it. These feel very unique and like one-offs for sure.
Yeah. I feel like Possession kind of gave me the same experience as The Lighthouse, to where I I mostly followed it, but I was questioning a lot of things the whole time. And then when I finished, I was like, I, I almost feel like I have to go to the internet and be like,
Mhm.
what? I explain it to me because I don't get it. But even with that said, it was still just like I couldn't stop watching it because of the filmmaking. Where Climax, it's like I could understand what was going on. I was never lost as to what was
Yeah,
happening.
yeah, it's
Um,
very clear.
yeah, so I think that's really what hurt Possession for me was that yeah, I just what the hell just happened. I still don't
Hmm.
know. I'm curious. I didn't look because I wanted to chat first before looking to see if you understood anything more than I did
Yeah.
because I did not. But um, yeah, do you want to? Is there any like spoiler free things we want to chat about? I know Possession I saw like in the description they're like was banned in. I think it was originally just like a banned movie.
I
And
could
also I
see
had
it.
no idea it was Sam Neill. No
Sam
idea.
Neill. Yeah, I'd say like, yeah, spoiler free for Possession. Like it is. I definitely wouldn't recommend it as a possession movie, right? This is not like
Mm-hmm.
your typical like this modern day kind of exorcism possession movies. This isn't one that really falls into that category. It's in the tagline of the movie, so I don't feel it's a spoiler. It's about a relationship failing. It's about a relationship like breaking down.
Mm-hmm.
Still don't know if I would put it in the category of like relationship breaking down movies either. If you like those, this is still nothing like that. So yeah, it is really hard to kind of peg in a box. It's definitely surreal at times. It's very there's definitely some. It's not like full on body horror, but like creature horror for sure. Um, but just very at times manic and just like yeah, definitely a vibe captured on film that you're just kind of caught up in. But yeah, if you like Sam Neill, this is him, doing some wild stuff for sure. And then I'd have to look up her name, but the lead was, I think, really incredible. She steals the show. Like, she's absolutely amazing. I did see it. I think she won at Cannes that year for
Yeah.
Best Actress, and
Their
she
chemistry
definitely
was just
deserves
good
it.
too in general, I feel like.
Chemistry was good. Um, she just has a look. Like, he does too. Sam Neill has a look, but hers was more focused on her eyes and her face, and it's just she's incredible. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's definitely, if you're looking for a challenging film that, visually is impressive, and the filmmaking that definitely keeps you on board just for that alone.
Hmm.
Such a variety of shots and camera setups
Even like
and
lighting, I thought like it's rare that I
lighting.
watch a movie and almost every shot I'm like the lighting, the lighting. But
Yeah,
I just kept thinking about the lighting and how good it
lighting. There's
was.
some stuff I'm not even sure how they pull it off, and some memorable sequences. It's kind of, as I just tried to do a little quick dig around online, seems to be known for like the subway sequence people talk about a lot, and that's definitely a memorable part of the movie. Um, so yeah, definitely just a really good, even like horror. I don't know if I would put it up like, oh, you guys see this as one of the scariest movies. It's not really that either. So I
No,
don't even. It just
it's
feels
like a
very,
psychological or
yeah,
thriller, kind of like
yeah,
The Lighthouse too. I mean, another way, it just felt like me as the viewer was also kind of just like losing my mind watching the movie, like a
yeah.
fever dream almost of
Right,
just
yeah,
like
that's a good
you
way.
would just, it's like you'd wake up in a scene and like you're just there and you don't know how you got there in that scene and it's not the beginning
Mm,
of a scene, you're just in the middle of it and yeah, it becomes very manic because of that. Even the beginning, in the very beginning, I was like, because you had already started watching it, so I went back to the, I hit press start over, and the very first scene, I was like, did I miss? Is this not
right,
the
right.
beginning of
Just
the
jumps
movie, or
right
like,
in.
yeah, that just jumps in and like it's
Mm-hmm.
like they're already in the middle of a very long ongoing conversation, and I was like, did
Mm-hmm.
I miss something going in? But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it just and it never lets up from there. It just
Yeah.
spirals constantly.
When so much time starts passing immediately that I was like, where are they going with this? There's still like an hour and a half left of this movie. Like, where are we heading? So, yeah, it's it seems very highly rated. It's definitely a film person's movie. I don't think your average person has even heard of this movie,
Hmm.
but it still seems to be pretty highly beloved. I definitely see it all the time on like boutique Blu-ray, companies selling like a nice version of it. A very quick look, like you said, looked like it was like maybe banned at some points in parts of the world. America had like a different cut at some point, and
I wonder
now
what's
has the
like what
full,
they. I mean, you talk about more of that in spoilers, but I
yeah,
am
like
very
what,
curious, like what they cut.
yeah, for sure. But yeah, so it's, I mean, definitely a lot to talk about in spoilers, but yeah, it's
Yeah,
definitely a good one if you're looking for a challenge and something very unique and interesting.
yeah.
Um, on the flip side of that, jump into Daddy's Head. Daddy's Head.
Pure
There's not
cinema.
much to really champion about this movie. This feels very much like the worst case version of a Shudder original, where it's just like,
I feel like there could
you
be
know,
worse. I've
there's, yeah, maybe not worst case, just like what you hate to see in a Shudder original, because you want to, that's what's so fun with horror, is there can be these super low budget, made by one guy with a vision, and it's very like cheaply put together, but there's like some charm and there's just something that works for you, and this does not have a lot of that. It feels very like polished, it feels very like clean, all the shots and the colors, and it just is a very repetitive movie with a lot of this, just, this happens and this happens, this happens. You don't really care about anything. Nothing's really all that scary. There are a couple visually
there's a
interesting
couple.
elements,
Yeah, I feel like there's some creepy elements and
Yeah, creepy, I guess.
some okay jump scares.
Yeah. Um, has a child performance that's nothing special, and that always hurts a film when you're
I almost feel
depending
like
that
the
much on the
child was
movie.
better than the
I think
leading
they were.
actress,
I
honestly.
actually would agree with that.
And I don't even know if that's. It very much felt like it was not the main actress's fault that her performance was not great. It felt
No.
very much like the direction was
Yeah,
not
direction is bad.
not
It's
there.
bad.
Just
Yeah.
yeah, a lot of questionable things. With like, I liked the creature. There's a creature. Is there a creature? No, it's not a creature in all three. So two of these movies had creatures, Possession and Daddy's Head. Um, I mean, I think the creature in Possession was better, but I do like the idea of the creature in Daddy's Head. It's an interesting idea for like a I guess I won't say what type of creature it is, but as we get into spoilers, I can. But I liked the creature, and that's mostly it. I like
Yeah,
that it was only
there's not
90
much.
minutes.
Yeah, and like I said in my review, I was ready for it to be like when the credits rolled, I was thankful because I
Yeah.
was pretty done with it. It just never captures you. There's definitely some interesting ideas, and some of it feels a little unique, but it just never really. It's not doesn't stick with you at all, and
Yeah. I've
would be
watched worse.
forgotten.
I've watched
Yeah, there's
worse.
definitely worse. There's definitely worse. There's
But
enough moments happening that would kind of keep you at least invested. There wasn't
yeah.
too many like long stretches with nothing where you're bored. You're like, okay, cool. There's another thing. There's another thing. You just, again, you don't really care,
Yeah.
so it just kind of hurts the film a lot. But
And oh
and
my gosh,
that's
talk about bad endings.
yeah,
Like one of the worst endings, and it's like the worst part. It's like there's like setup you get in the beginning for this ending, and it just fizzles to nothing.
did nothing. Yeah,
Yeah, it's just like just take it out of the. There's no reason this is in the movie.
no,
Um, yeah, yeah, we can talk more, but spoiler free. You're probably better off not watching unless like
yeah,
you're
would
like
not
us, where
recommend.
you've seen. I feel like I'm okay with watching these and just because I've watched a lot of the big hitters, and so now
Sure.
it's fun to go through like the Shutter. If you're just wanting to see a little bit of everything, there are some decent ideas in it. But I
Yeah.
feel like you could just YouTube like Daddy's Head Creature, watch the couple clips they probably have of that, and like you're probably good. It's
Yeah.
probably all you need to see.
This is like a put on the background while you're doing something else kind of movie. I feel like
Yeah.
you do not have to be locked in on this thing at all
Mm-mm.
to have some fun with it. But
Yeah.
yeah,
And then Climax, which I don't know. I think this is. I really. I call this the Sinners that scene killer is what I feel like I want to champion this movie as, because I mean there are some scenes that are there's that scene in Sinners that everyone's like they'll be teaching that scene in film class for years, and it's good. It's really good. It is a good
yeah, it's
scene
good,
objectively,
good.
but like this this scene in Climax is like hold my beer.
It's way better.
It's
Yeah,
way better. It's way longer. It's way more impressive. It's just better in every way. In every way, I'd say. But I do think the front end of the movie is a little more challenging. Um, I could see someone turning it off within the first. I mean, the first. You kind of just get like three chunks. There's like the entry chunk, which I could see people falling off because it seems like something you'd see in a movie, and there'd be like 45 seconds, and then you go into the movie. But this is like 15 minutes of just.
talking
I mean,
about the very opening with like the
interviews.
TV.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah, yeah.
you're watching interviews for about 15 minutes.
Which did you see that one of the VHSs was Possession?
I did, yeah.
That was a nice little crossover, and
That was cool.
Suspiria, which I thought was nice too.
Yep.
Like
Yep.
the dance elements.
Yeah, for sure. And I think at that point you don't realize that. I mean, I didn't know. I had heard of this movie, and a lot of people recommend it after watching Suspiria, the newer Suspiria. A lot of people recommend it. So I knew it had something to do with dance, but that's it. So I didn't know how big of a cast it was going to be. So I thought these like interviews were just like a bunch of people, and then we would focus in on like two or three of them or something like that.
Right.
So it was nice that it was literally everybody. Like that is the whole cast, and it's a large cast. So it was cool seeing that. But I don't know who. This is another that feels like it's for film people. I don't know if the general audience would like this so much.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't know which one do you think? Like if you walk up to an every man who's like I don't I love the MCU, and that's it.
Daddy's
Which
Head. Okay.
Take out Daddy's Head.
I would definitely still go Climax over Possession because Climax is at least more straightforward of story, like you said. Like you understand what's happening the whole time, and everything that happens in this, second half of Climax. We'll go into spoilers, but yeah, I mean it definitely is it's just like the best part of the movie for sure, where it just really takes off. It is something I think your average person is still gonna react to because there's beat after beat after beat where like they lead you on a lot of things. You know what's coming, and then it's like when that thing happens is when
Mhm.
you like really get that payoff reaction. I think a lot of that stuff would still work well with people, and also it is kind of a bit of a mystery film. Like I said, that's not the highest part that you're really here for, but you are kind of the whole time there is this kind of underlying mystery of who did this thing. So I
Mhm.
think even that for some people would also keep them more invested. But I agree the first half of the movie is challenging, it is very overindulgent, and that to go spoiler free. Yeah, this director Gaspar Noé, I think is how you pronounce it, Noé. He is challenging. He is provocative. This is what he's like known for.
Mm.
I feel like a lot of people ended up seeing Love. Love was like I think his first big mainstream movie because it streamed on Netflix, and the
Okay.
poster's just like three mouths all making out or something. So
Mm.
just immediately people were like, okay, what is this? And it's about kind of like a throuple and just very like sexually explicit, and one of those where like people pretend to poo poo, but everyone's kind of watching because they're also titillated and interested in the
Poo
subject
poo
matter.
and titillated.
Yeah, and he in like a Lars von Trier way, yeah, just very much is like looking to push people's buttons, get under their skin to try and get a reaction out of them.
Hmm.
And he so definitely does this in this movie. And I'm fine saying this. I don't think this is a spoiler. There's a moment in the movie where he flashes his own name on the screen two times, I believe, and my eyes rolled in the back of my head. Flashing it alongside like the Rolling Stones and like these other legendary like
Why?
artists and
Yeah,
I think it's like an
it's like
artist and creators. Well, to go, I guess, and go in spoilers, but he
it's like mid
it puts
movie.
his own name up there. Yeah, it's a very interesting sequence. I don't even know how I feel about it, but this is that type of guy that's like, yeah, I'm a badass. I'm putting in my name. Like I'm putting my name right here in front of you while you're watching my own movie, like the AMC ads. So if you can stomach that part of it, I think it is a wild ride. It just grips you once kind of the inciting incident happens. You're pretty locked in till the very end. And for those that I don't know if you consider the spoiler. I feel like this is just a talking point people would spread around. There is a very long extended shot in this movie,
Yep.
which without looking into the behind the scenes, I'm sure there are some elements of it that is pieced together, but in the same way that like a Birdman is known for that.
I don't.
This
I tried
film,
to see. I mean, actually, there are some moments where I'm like, they very. I guess they could have easily
mhm,
cut, but all those were like on the very tail end of this. Like, it's like 40 minutes.
like 40 something minutes straight, which is insane. And unlike a Birdman, this is not. This is like a low budget movie with a bunch of non actors filmed in like one location. Like it is what they were able to pull off. I think with this is incredible. And so I guess that's what I'll close with is this is a movie that to me it's some of the best choreography I've ever seen in a film.
Hmm.
And you're getting that from a dancing side of things. Like you get
Yeah,
this
even the dancing is
a
just
long dance
genuinely really
sequence
good.
that's impressive from the choreography of the dancers and the actors, plus just the camera capturing everything, all in one kind of continuous take, and then also just the choreography of when kind of when the shit hits the fan in this movie, the choreography of everything involved with that is just crazy to me. So I loved it. I was like
Yeah,
blown away for sure.
yeah, I really liked it as well. I don't like. Yeah, I don't know. I'm torn onto which one I like more between Possession and Climax, or which one even I would rather rewatch. Because part of me, if I rewatched Climax, I'd almost just want to start there, just for that. I don't know if the
Mhm.
lead up is worth watching again. I mean, I think it is. It's really in three chunks. I feel like you get the interviews, the dance, and then the oneer, basically.
And the dance is kind of two sequences as well. You get the like front like one big choreographed number, and then you get this like top down sequence that we can go
Yeah.
into more spoilers, but that's kind of like a whole sequence too. And that's when you're getting the Gaspar Noé flashing his own name and stuff.
Yeah. Before we get into spoilers, because we'll start with Possession. For a movie like that with a oneer that's 42 minutes long,
Mhm.
what is Gasper doing there? Is he also the cinematographer, or is he like just out watching somewhere while the
He's
cameraman goes
probably
around.
following I mean, like, yeah, he could be just behind. He could definitely be behind over on the side, just with a monitor watching it, or with it being so low budget, and just from what I know of him, I could see him being right there, following the cameraman and like helping with
So
stuff.
much
Like
more
this is
risky. Add a second
it
body
is.
there
Well,
because
I guarantee there's multiple bodies, right? Like if you have from my memory of Steadicam, right? You got the cameraman with the camera. You got someone just right with them, with a hand on them, walking them and steering them through doorways, and you probably have people opening and closing doors. Like there probably is a crew there, probably 6 or 7 that are like making all that happen. So I could see him being right up on there. Um, I don't know that he held his own camera, but he could have been for this for sure. But I think in terms of what's he doing, probably everything leading up to Yell in Action, just really coordinating all of like the okay, this is what needs to happen here, and let me help with the blocking and the staging of this, and just making all of those decisions that affect the final sequence for sure.
yeah. Well, cool. We'll talk more about that once we get into spoilers. But I feel like the biggest movie of the three probably is Possession, the most watched, if there had to be one, I guess. Maybe not, but I think it is considered like a classic. That if you're really into horror, it's always on lists. It's always on like best of horror lists that it pops up. Um, so yeah, if you've not seen Possession, we are about to talk about spoilers. I guess there's really no easy way for us to be like, you have to have watched all three for the spoiler section, or just the focused movie of the three, which is Possession. So we're gonna go from left to right, Possession, then Climax, and we'll end on the high
And
of
strong with
Daddy's
Daddy.
head. But yeah, so we're gonna talk spoilers here. So if you haven't watched it, go watch it and then come back, or don't, just watch it. So yeah, let's jump into it. Where do you want to start?
Yeah, maybe. I think just starting. I'll start with the relationship because I think that is really what works so well in this movie. It is about a relationship falling apart, and that pretty much starts in the beginning
It's
where
already like
she
fallen
is
apart.
right, like is basically leaving him, and he has these suspicions of that she's found somebody, and I think she explicitly asked for a divorce. I think right,
Because
and
he's
so
coming
they're
home from somewhere for it's been at least a
yeah,
year.
he's been
He's
like
been
gone,
gone.
yeah,
So
yeah,
he's been gone
and
for a
they.
significant amount of time.
Mhm. They have
Um,
the son, Bob, which is like the silliest kid name.
Bob.
Feels like it's
Yeah.
just like an adult. Um, and they somewhat amicably, at least at the start, are like, okay, then like, well, how are we doing this? How are we splitting up Bob and all that kind of stuff? But just yeah, like I said, they have really good chemistry between them. I haven't seen Sam Neill on a ton of stuff, but I've definitely seen him in some stuff outside Jurassic Park, and obviously he had a career before that, and this is a great example of that because this is nothing like a Jurassic Park performance. This is not a safe performance at all. This is risky. This is just doing so much
Yeah.
and so much trust in this director because watching this, you have no idea what the hell is going on. So on their end, they probably, when you're filming a movie and you're out of order and you don't see the full vision yet, you also are like, what the hell is this? So I think just a lot of trust in what they were doing with this for sure. But yeah, I think the relationship was just really strong. They just play off each other really well, and you're getting this kind of will they, won't they, back and forth of like, okay, they're separating, but there's still something there, and they're having moments where they're coming together, and even in their moments of separation, it still feels like a mutual respect for each other. Like they don't hate each other, right? From my memory, it's
I
just
don't even
very
know because at moments I thought they did, and then they would reconcile, and then
yeah.
he'd be alone, and then she would just show up again, like she's just in the apartment again, and I'm like, what?
Right, right.
it's
It, I
it's
never got the vibe she ever hated him because I don't remember if there being anything that she is necessarily pointing to. It just felt more like I'm a human and I'm like I feel trapped in this part. Like I need independence. I need to like to be doing my own thing. But then also I'm circling back to. But also the partnership is beneficial and helpful, and I like aspects of it. And family is good, but then only for so long, and then I have to kind of get back out. It felt more to me like that versus like a incompatibility thing.
yeah.
They
She's
it
also
felt like when
walking
they were
around with
together.
so she's also walking around with
Heinrich.
the secret of
Heim-
what's. I mean, yeah, I mean, with what's happening with her, which
Right.
I interpret it as that was happening.
Yeah, I mean, I think like within the story of the film, I would say yeah, it is like literally
Yeah,
happening
it's not just
for
like in
sure.
her
But
imagination or anything.
also feels like a stand-in for this breakdown of this relationship and this and these kind of hiding these secrets, and she appears to be consumed by this idea of this cheating or this like wanting and needing something else outside of the relationship. And um what did you think is it Heimlich? It's not Heimlich,
I
right? It
think it's
can't be
Heinrich. Heinrich.
Heinrich. Yeah. What do you think of him? He
The
was a very
like,
interesting
yeah,
character.
the like free spirit karate lover.
Like shirt's always open, like
Yeah,
just
I
funny accent.
yeah, funny accent. I really liked his first scene when Sam Neill goes to his apartment and confronts him. I thought that was really good, and like they like get into an altercation,
Right.
which I thought was really good. And then when he goes to Sam Neill's apartment, and I guess he was supposed to be like super stoned or drunk or under some influence, and he's literally like doing like karate poses and flailing. There's moments in the movie that are very like almost yeah like dance related. It felt like, especially
Yeah.
with him. Yeah, I thought he was a really interesting character. I don't know if I understand just like most of the movie what was the point of him.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's just the like side lover. I think he just really is like
But then
the
his
guy.
mom
Yeah.
too,
His mom's
Heinrich's
in it.
mom, and like her end was very strange. Like
Yes. Yes.
because she basically tells Sam Neill like, "I know that you killed him,"
Yeah.
and she's like, "Well, no reason." I think she takes a bunch of sleeping pills,
Yeah. I think she like suicides.
but she
Yeah. I
also looks
think.
like she's like a nun in that moment.
Yeah.
And
I
then
don't
she
know if
just
it's like
like lays
a.
down, goes to bed, and dies. I guess
Yeah, I don't know if it's like
because Heinrich's
shame
dead.
for her son. Like, it's like this is a shameful thing. I don't know. Yeah, it's a little tricky. But you talked about the kind of like dance like elements, and yeah, one of the things I loved with this movie was the camera. And the first moment I really noticed it was I think Sam Neill's in like a board meeting or something,
Yep.
and the camera is just
It's
going ham
well,
through
it's
this.
not even a board meeting. It's like that. This is like the weird setup. He's like working for this like sound like they're a secret agency,
Right. He's
and
like a
it's
spy or something. Yeah,
well,
it's
he's
like
like
a
meeting with someone and doing something. To me, it gave very like the devil. Like he is making a deal with this devil guy
mhm.
who's got the pink socks, who shows up at the end.
Oh
The guy
yeah.
with the pink socks. So that's who he like made the deal with, and he's like done. He's like he's put thrown in the towel. He's done his agreement
Mhm.
time, and now he's retiring. And they are basically asking him, no, can you keep doing it? He's like, no, you're gonna have to find someone else to do it. So we don't know what that agreement or what that was, but obviously it is somehow connected to what happens
Right.
with the creature or their doppelgangers or their rebirths or whatever the hell. But it gave me like devil supernatural vibes. But yeah, that scene where it was like the big circle. It's
Crazy. It's going all around the table, and
it's
yeah,
just a
it's
weird table too. It's just like a huge
just a weird
empty
table,
room
like
with
where
a
it is in the
corner.
room. Yeah, yeah. We got Ian in the chat, by the way, just saying,
Ian,
"Yo, what up, Ian? We're
what's
talking
up,
a little
Ian?
possession right now.
I can't remember. Have
Good to
you
have you
met
here.
Ian?
We have not, we have not officially met.
Nice. Well, Ian
I don't
doesn't care
believe
about
so.
spoilers, so he's yeah. They don't affect Ian. So
He says, "Bring on the spoilers."
yep.
Um, so yeah, I mean the camera in that sequence, and then just all of these impressive shots of it's just like anything. If it's Sam Neill walking down the street, it's like the camera's zooming, like presumably from a vehicle or something, just completely moving. It just adds so much kinetic motion to the film and kind of contributes to that manic state of just like what is happening. Like
Even
you just
like
can't even.
the first chase scene where Sam
Yeah,
Neill's character hires the which it's like it's comedic a little bit
yeah,
of
yeah.
like
There's
how
definitely some.
close this dude is following her, but
Yeah.
she doesn't know. But he's literally like, I don't know, 3 feet away from her, running up
Yeah.
steps, clopping, and she just doesn't. I could kind of buy into she's checked out, like,
Yeah.
but like you wouldn't notice. But
Yeah.
all
Like
of
you
that
notice.
camera work um, was really interesting, especially when they're coming down. I love the shot we get down the street at her place.
Hmm.
We get it quite a few times, but this really long stretch, and it kind of like goes in front of it, and it's just a really cool location. I can see why they chose it.
Yeah.
Um,
No. All the locations are incredible. Just one more from Ian saying couldn't make it for this one, but I'll catch you for the next one, Pat. Looking forward to it, Ian. Looking forward to talking some movies. Um, there's two times I rewound the film, and the first one was during that chase sequence, because at one point, yeah, he's following super close to her, and you're seeing time after time after time, and at one point she ducks over to the right to go into a building. He goes over to the left and like kicks that thing. I don't know if you remember that. There's something on the ground, and it's almost like a
oh
shucks, like
yeah,
I lost her, and it's like she literally just like took a right, and then the next immediate shot, he's right behind her again, like inside the building, and I was
yeah.
like, what? I was like, was that someone's head? And so I went back to rewind it to see, and I still don't know. It's like it could be
The thing he
someone's
kicks.
head. Yeah, it could be Daddy's head. I don't know, but it looks like a head. It probably isn't, but it's just this weird moment where he's like just on her tail, and then she immediately just like ducks to go into a building, and to try and be, I guess, yeah, not as suspicious, he just goes left and then just like kicks the hell out of this thing, and it
Yeah,
goes flying.
I
I was
kind
like,
of
what was
interpreted it
that? And I
as
was like,
like he thought that it was ducking in because she realized he was tailing her,
yeah,
but
yeah, it
then he
probably
realized
was.
like, oh no, that's just where she was going.
Yeah,
But
but
yeah,
then he does
dude,
the
the whole
like.
scene is just funny. Like
It
there's
is.
so many shots and it would cut, and he's just, I mean, it is the most obvious tail that's ever
Yeah.
existed.
Well, then he passed her on the stairs, right? And then does the like goes up a flight and does like the fake stomping
Yeah,
noises to like pretend like he's still going up.
yeah, and he's
And
pretty much all doing all but like, woo,
yeah,
almost
yeah,
got
like
me.
it's just like, oh my gosh. Yeah, that was a very funny sequence. But same thing, yeah, Cameron that is all over the place, and
There's a
yeah, his
lot of
camera work
like
is just amazing.
front on. It's like literally their head with like incredible lighting for their eyes, because I think that obviously that's a big part of the movie is her eyes, the blue eyes, and
Right.
versus the
The
green
green
eyes.
eyes too, right? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. But even Sam Neill's got some really close shots when they're in the thick of these fights, and then it gets to a cut of them looking right into the camera, and they're just like, I don't know, something about the lighting. It doesn't feel like it's like a Hollywood, but it doesn't have that like jank of a indie film either.
No, it looks
Um,
incredible.
it looks great. I'm trying to think of. I mean, we can talk about the scene. This has the scene in it, which is I
Mm.
think the subway scene, which is, I mean, yeah. There's moments of it that it like borders comedy for me, but
Mhm.
in like a I'm losing my mind kind of way. Like, what the
Yeah.
hell am I watching? And like, surely it can't keep going, and then it keeps going, and then
Just
it
keeps
keeps
going.
going, and it just ramps it up, and it ramps it up, and then so was she? How did you interpret it? Because it felt like that she talks about like a miscarriage at some
I think it's
point.
like a miscarriage. It's almost like a flat miscarriage flashback or something. So maybe like when he was gone or something. I don't think it was
Oh yeah,
happening in
she's
real
telling the
time.
story. Yeah,
It's like
yeah,
telling the story. So I think it's kind of like a flashback to it. And yeah, definitely like a miscarriage. But of course, like the grossest looking miscarriage, and obviously like very over stylized, but
it was
just
like
like
coming
this.
over her neck,
It's just like coming out of her whole body. This like kind of blood red, but also like white
like
goo
pus. Yeah.
concoction, pus, like just very like icky.
But was that? Do you think
Um,
that could have been? Because I've not looked up any interpretations of the movie because I just want to hear what you think. But do you think that because at the end of it we get a Sam Neill like doppelganger, which I think is like birthed
Kinda
from
creepy.
her. Yeah, but then throughout the movie we see the school teacher who is basically her doppelganger. That he even says like he's like, oh, you must be pulling my leg, like when he first meets her, like, oh, you got a wig on or something, because it literally looks
Yeah.
just like his wife but with green eyes. So do we think that is her doppelganger? The same way that the character at the end is Sam Neill's, like it's actually like a birthed thing. And if so, could that have been instead of a miscarriage, maybe that's in the subway. Maybe that was her birthing.
Was the start of it. Yeah, I don't know because I
Like, because
also
it almost like sheds off of her entire body
yeah
instead
like
of like
yeah.
what obviously what a natural miscarriage would be.
Well, it's interesting. 'Cause it sounds like we might have different perspectives on. To me, the creature by the end, I took it as this creature is what turned into Sam Neill's doppelganger at the end because that
Okay.
final shot of it kind of having sex with her, which is like the money shot, this creepy, you know,
Tentacles.
tentacle, and this that's the second part that I rewound because I of course wanted to see it again. It's just a great
For your
practical
documents.
effect. Yeah, from a document. No, it's a creepy. I was like, the head is like a human head, and so
Yeah.
that's where I think like that is. It's supposed to be like it's kind of getting closer to Sam Neill, which
Yeah,
I
that
don't,
makes
I haven't even read into in my mind yet what all that means. But I did like the Sam Neill doppelganger. The eyes, right, were what was off. Or at
something
one point,
was
I'm like,
off.
is this him? Like, I was like,
Yeah,
is that
something's
actually Sam
off
Neill?
about him.
Yeah, I can't tell if they're playing around with it where different shots are different actors. I really couldn't tell, but um, I don't know. I don't know if it was just a genuine miscarriage, and maybe they had gotten pregnant. He goes off, she has a miscarriage, and that's the inciting instant of where she has to dip out of this relationship. And in her mind, it's like this is what was going through. Miscarriage was like this is an awful like just this. I mean, it is. I could see where some of it, like you said, it kind of borders on the comical. It worked for me pretty well. Where like it's certainly the most showy part of her performance for the whole film, but I think she like did a really good job. The way she's flailing herself around
Hmm.
and her arm movements, everything was just so convincing, and the setting for it just works. This grimy subway,
Kind of
it's
remind me
just
of the American Werewolf in London subway scene for
yeah,
whatever
it does have
reason.
that kind of
Maybe it's just the
aesthetic for sure.
European subway, just
Yeah,
that
that
look.
could be.
But yeah, I just don't know how to. So the ending is. Let's talk about the ending because so both our main characters die,
Yes, and like
and
a
almost a
double
romantic way.
suicide, right? Like it's like
Yeah, she even
they
the way
get
she like
shot.
holds. Yeah,
She
yeah,
does the arms behind the back,
yeah. It's almost like a Romeo and Juliet kind of like they're like a
right?
love. One bullet kills them both. Um, but so
But then
they're
he
both.
also dives off the balcony and kills himself. Like it's like she shoots herself into him, and then he launches it.
Yeah, it
It
doesn't
kind of
actually
almost like
kill him.
hard cuts, and then he jumps off and commits suicide, and that's where like Pink
Like
Socks
cuts
finds
to
him.
the
Like
guy. He's just like looking
yeah,
down
he's
at
just
at
on
the
this guy.
body. Yeah, Pink
Yeah,
Socks runs up, which does make me interested to know like yeah, just the Pink Socks guy. What agreement did because he got paid a lot of money, so like was this there's people. There's so much I don't understand. The
yeah,
army
we're always
people
people.
watching, and he's got like the watch on the window, and he's watching them watch him. And like, what is the agreement that they made? How did the creature, like show up to begin with?
To begin with, yeah,
And what does that have
and
to
it
do? I'm assuming it has something to do with Pink Sock Guy because otherwise, I just don't understand what the point of that. He always
creature.
has some connection to it because he goes there at the end when the doppelganger's there. But anyways, by the end, both our main characters are dead. Both have a doppelganger, and both are at the finale with Bob. Bob, it's same old Bob, who's
Yes, I know,
terrified.
Bob.
Yeah, the teacher has become this mother that our main character kind of couldn't be.
Yeah,
And so she's kind of filled this role of like mom to Bob, and then yeah, it's like lightning storm outside, and Sam Neill's doppelganger is outside the door. You can see him; he's just like banging on the door,
yeah, it's
and
a creepy shot.
it is a creepy shot. And Bob is begging her not to answer. Don't answer. Don't
Don't
answer.
open, don't
Don't
open.
open. And then
Yeah.
Bob just kills himself in the tub. And then she opens the door and like
Flops in
yeah,
the
it's
tub.
kind of like a haunting shot because he's in there. He holds his breath.
Yeah.
There's no cut. I mean, he's in there for a
Now
while.
you're saying the lighting that's like fading in and out too. Where I kept thinking
It's
like,
almost
oh,
like
that's
bombs
it.
are going out
And then it
outside.
comes back. It seems more like bombs because she's kind of like looking up as if like yeah, it's almost like planes dropping
Yeah, but
like
what's going on?
wartime. No idea.
Is the
No
world
idea.
ending because they didn't do what needed to be done? Like, were those two doppelgangers not supposed to meet? I don't. I
Right.
just have no idea, and I wish
Yeah.
I
That
had a better idea.
I I have like I have to believe that either the writer of this film or the director, which could be the same. I didn't actually look. This has to be based on some true stuff. Like they had to be going through some shit, probably a divorce or something. They
I
have to
know,
be.
but
Like,
like,
it's just,
what's the? I mean, like, even if we're
so
looking
maybe
at like,
they.
what does this mean? Like, what does the boy jumping in the tub and killing himself? Like, what does that mean
I
in
mean,
a
it could be
relationship?
symbolic of just like, you know, just all this that these parents are going through. Like the kid ends up losing out in the end of just like, even if they maybe go through the ringer in a way that they end up salvaging at the end in some kind of not fabricated way, but kind of superficial way of like, okay, we'll just, we finally made it into these roles we want to be in. The kid has just been through so much that I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, it is a very interesting, like, takes himself out, but it's just like front flop down, face down into a tub
And
that's
like,
already filled. Like, it's just
yeah,
like,
tub
oh,
it's already filled. He As soon as he hits that water, he does not move a centimeter. It's a
yeah,
flop
it's really
and
good
done.
acting.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like yeah. I mean, obviously he's choosing to do it himself, so he's not struggling. But like, no movement. Like it's like he's dead when he
Oh,
touches the water, which is very strange.
that's impressive.
But
That's
yeah,
pretty
part of me was
impressive.
wondering like, was Sam Neill even the real Sam Neill, or was he some other? He's been gone for so long. Was he
Yeah,
the
that's
same
true.
one? I just don't know. I don't know. I don't know anything. Which I
Yeah,
mean, I had to dock it for that reason. As much as I was like, I've there's very few movies that I've ever watched to where I was just completely entranced because of the camera work. It's very loud too. It's like loud arguing. She's extremely
it
loud.
screams a lot.
She screams
She's
a
doing a lot of
lot,
screaming.
but
Yeah.
she sells it really well.
Yeah.
I think there are a couple moments where I was like, okay, like,
Yeah, yeah. That's
enough.
enough.
The excuse me part. Excuse me. I'm just like, Sam, get out of the way, dude. Just let her be. Just let her be. Um, but yeah, I just couldn't like look away. And there's even some really interesting and cool tense shots. The two that I remember that I was like, were the rocking chair. Sam Neill's just in this like
Yes.
rocking chair, and the camera's like following him. Yeah, it's just like
Yeah,
one of those like,
like
again, it like
really big
it
rocks, like
borders
Cracker
on,
Barrel.
yeah, it like borders comedy, but I just couldn't help thinking like, because there'd be shots where like someone just walks by, like she's just back and she just walks by, and it's just like a body walking by, and you're like, wait, who is that? She just left, like, and now she's just normal. But then the other one was I'm curious, do you know which the main, like, for me, the most tense scene in the movie, like horror
Mm,
element tense, like waiting for something to jump out.
is it when? Is it when Heinrich goes over, or no? The guy that's tailing her goes into the apartment.
Mm-mm.
No. Yeah, I don't
It's
know.
when it's shit's hit the fan already. We've seen the creature, and Sam Neill's on the phone with somebody, and he's sitting in the kitchen, and he's just flicking the light on and off over
Yeah,
and
yeah.
over. And I'm like, why is he? I'm like, okay, well, here we go. He's gonna turn on the light one time. There's gonna be something there, even though it
Something's
doesn't
gonna
make
be
sense.
there.
But and he does it for like 25 seconds, and then it's on. He walks away again, and then he walks back and starts doing it again. I'm like, oh my
Yeah.
gosh, come on! And then nothing happens. And I loved it. Like,
Right.
that's exactly
Yeah,
how
it
it should
was
have
good.
been.
I'm curious to see how much of the film was not improvised, because I think you can tell there was a vision from start to finish, but within certain
Even that,
scenes like that, like, yeah, how much freedom was Sam Neill allowed in a scene like that to do, or yeah,
Ian
was
says,
the
"Can the
rocking
real
chair
Sam Neill
always?
please stand up?" I don't even
Yeah,
know
yeah,
what was
yeah.
his name in the movie.
I couldn't tell you.
Do we know? Do we
Um,
ever get? We may not ever get his name.
um, I don't know if we do. I feel like he says her name,
Hmm.
but
Which
yeah, I
I
don't
don't. I
know.
can't remember her name.
Which I can tell you there, yeah. But you also don't care in terms of they're very memorable characters, even though not from like a depth, like you're getting a lot to know about them, but
But
they
yeah,
feel real. They feel like real people.
it makes sense. I don't go
Um,
around like, I'm not like name dropping Brie all the time when I'm
right,
talking
right,
to
right.
just
You know,
her, which a lot of these conversations are just the two of them, so they're just not calling each other by name that often.
yeah, yeah. It just has a great manic feel, and I agree. Like, if there's one thing I didn't love, it's just like how kind of lost I was, or I'm just like, what is going on here? But never to a point where it felt annoying. Like,
Mm-hmm.
all right, you're just trying to make some artsy movie. Like, it does feel very intentional. You can tell there's a vision. You can tell there's purpose behind everything. It's filmed very well.
Like for me, like I
I think,
said, it gave me that same experience as The Lighthouse, where I just I can't allow myself to give it a 5 star because when I finished watching The Lighthouse, I had to be like, all right, internet, tell me what the fuck I just watched because
yeah, yeah,
I don't really, it's relying, especially The Lighthouse is relying on like lore of like mythology and like stuff like that, which I think just at least for me, I don't really know that, and
hmm
so I think there's a lot of left up to interpretation in The Lighthouse too, and it's I can appreciate movies like that, but I I don't know. It can be a little frustrating. Of like, I wish they gave me a little more. Like, so it just had some idea of what was going on because other than like, yep, failed marriage, and the through line of like she is nursing this care. She's like basically luring people in and feeding it to this creature, so that uh, it can grow. Like, I understand that, but I don't understand why. So it was hard.
yeah.
It's just hard for me to give it higher than a 4. But I am really excited to, after we talk, look at all of these theories and then at some point rewatch it. Because just like The Lighthouse, I thought was way better on a rewatch after having some prior knowledge. I liked
hmm
it much more on the second viewing, and I think this will be the same. Because obviously all the technical side of it's going to hold up. I mean, that's
Right.
not going to change, but at least having some other knowledge will make it a little bit better.
Yeah, I feel like honestly right now I would if I had to choose one to own forevermore to kind of rewatch. I think I actually would pick Possession. It feels like there's more to dissect over time, and there's so much more visually going on down a rewatch. I could see it being long term more rewarding,
Mm-hmm.
even though Lighthouse is still great. It has two great performances, obviously. But
Are you talking
yeah, I
about
mean,
Possession versus Lighthouse or Climax?
yeah,
Oh, I
Possession.
see.
I think like there's just so much visually going on that I think you would over time get more and more out of it, and kind of things would start lining up a little bit more. Um, but yeah, I mean, it is definitely one that's requiring some thought from yourself, and you really gotta try and process what you're seeing. But what you're seeing is just great, and the creature design was really good, and that close up shot of like the two eyes when it's like a
It's almost like
long,
yeah, it's
yeah,
like yeah, it's very
very
like
interesting.
Cthulhu,
Yeah.
Lovecraftian vibes with the tentacles and yeah, um, or so it kind of what was it? Wasn't Hellraiser kind of similar? Where they had to like bring people in. At some point, they were like luring people in to sacrifice or something, or maybe it's a different movie. Um,
Little Shop of Horrors.
Yeah, Little Shop of Horrors that definitely
It's
doesn't. I'd love to rewatch that. It's been a while, but yeah, maybe we
good.
should
Yeah.
segue into Climax. Unless you have any other thoughts you want to talk about for Possession.
No, I think that's it. I think it's definitely worth watching. Not what I expected at all. I thought it was
Yeah.
more of a straightforward horror movie, and I'm okay that it wasn't for sure. But it caught me off guard. But yeah, it's a good one.
What do you
Definitely
think?
worth watching.
I'm just curious because we talked about ginger snaps and like the title. I I was talking to some people in like a Discord, a book Discord, telling them I watched Possession, and someone replied, "I love Possession movies," and I didn't say anything because I didn't, I don't know if it's, I didn't want to be like, oh, it's not, it's not a Possession movie,
Right.
but also like maybe it is like.
Right.
Is she possessed? Like what it all kind of hinges on that agreement that Sam Neill signed up for with Pink Socks. Like, was that a deal with the devil or some kind of devil figure, demon or something? And at that insight, was that the moment that she starts like losing her mind and doing all this stuff, because that happened way before he got back.
hmm
He made that agreement and was gone for, I think it seemed like at least a year, but maybe multiple years. She had been seeing Heinrich for at least a year.
Right.
So
Right.
he was
For a
gone
while.
for years, I thought.
Yeah.
And at the front end of that is when he made that agreement. So what was that agreement, and is that what it seems like that's where it's all stemming from? But what was it a possession? or is it about possessing another being, like in a relationship or what?
Yeah, yeah. I don't mind the title. I don't know if it's the perfect title because, yeah, of course, you're going in with some expectations. But yeah, I'm sure. I think it is referencing the idea of. I mean, she's just being, I think, possessed by this concept of wanting more outside of the relationship, and I think there's a lot of symbolism with that creature of just like her feeding these desires and these instincts and wanting to you know, kind of pull from other people and things. So yeah, I mean, I think if it works enough as a title, it's just you go in with the preconception because we're so used to what a possession movie is
Yeah.
nowadays. But yeah, I think it works enough.
The other scene I wanted to mention real quick was the coffee shop with the angled mirror, uh, which
Yeah.
is a crazy shot. You don't even know it's a mirror at first, really, or I didn't.
Hmm.
And then once I found out, I was like, oh, how is like the camera work is so good to not capture them because it's yeah, it like comes to a point they must just be standing perfectly to just not get
Yeah.
themselves in that mirror. I thought that was a cool shot.
That was cool. Yeah, just that whole scene is interesting.
Hmm.
Well, Climax, interestingly, kind of similar to I feel with the title, where I was misled, especially just watching some of Gaspar's other stuff and knowing how sexually explicit he leans into. And from him, he's just very French and like, what? This isn't a big deal. Like America, you guys are prudes and like,
Hmm.
who cares? But I expected this to be an extremely like raunchy, explicit, tons of sex, like graphic, and it's not that really at all. I mean, you don't really get anything like that.
There's some.
Um,
I mean,
there's a little bit,
there's
but
some. There's a
it's
lot of like
nothing that.
sexuality in the dancing too.
Yeah, oh for
Um,
sure. A lot of like kind of hinted at. There's nudity, but nothing like I pictured like a nymphomaniac or like Love. Like Love has like full on like orgy sequence, like and they're showing everything. So I expect a little bit more of that. Whereas yeah, by the end, really, it's like okay, the climax is not referencing that. Like I thought it was like a sexual climax, but it's really not. Even though yes, I guess you could kind of symbolically attach it to it, but it really more is about just like the climax of these drugs kicking in. This like this
yeah,
the peak of this drug trip that everybody is
yeah.
on.
I didn't.
Just
Yeah, I
crazy.
had no idea going in what it was going to be about. But in the beginning, they're interviewing all these people, and they just constantly ask them, "What's your biggest fear? What's your biggest fear?" And I was like, okay, well, these people are going to get isolated into their almost like an it kind of thing, where like they because it felt like to me the people on the as the interviewers who I don't know, is that Daddy, is was he the one actually interviewing or do we not
I
know?
don't know. It feels like almost like someone else that's interviewing them to come be a part of this like
The
academy
troop,
almost or
yeah.
something troop. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's Daddy or I don't
Daddy's
know.
head.
Daddy's head. But I did like that sequence more than I thought.
Yeah,
It takes you a second because, yeah, like you said, you're expecting it to be like a 30-second to a minute, like boom, boom, boom. All right, let's jump right in. And it's not. It takes a sweet time.
it's like
You're,
15
you've
minutes
It's like 50 minutes.
of just
You've
like
analyzed every VHS that's lining the two things like three times each. But it actually did work really well for me. That's the thing that this movie I think really accomplishes way more than I think most would ever be able to. Is with how many characters is juggling and how little time rather you spend with all these guys, I feel like I have a great glimpse of everybody.
yeah.
Everybody. And they give you like this much for everybody, but it's just done so well. And yeah, it starts with those interviews where you do already start getting these glimpses of like what kind of what they want, who they are. And there's so many at first that you can't keep track. You're just like there's so many people here, and like you said, you
And
don't
you
think
just
you're gonna
yeah,
follow everybody.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You think they're just
But
like, yeah, talking heads here, and then we're gonna move on to the real movie or whatever.
right, right. Like who we focus on here. And then yeah, you get this, great choreographed dance sequence that just in a vacuum just itself is incredible. Like the actual dancing itself, great, right? And just the choreography of that great. But also the choreography and movement of the camera with this and this kind of one continuous take, which would be completely ruined by just anything going wrong, really. So be curious to see like how many times it take them to how many takes it take to capture this.
There was one
Um,
goof I don't know if you caught.
I don't know if I caught it, but I'm
There was a
sure I could.
dance goof.
Really?
Yeah, it's in the top down part. So after this big choreographed
Oh,
dance,
okay.
then it cuts. Yeah, and we kind of it's another long shot. Oh, actually, I don't think it is a long shot. I think these are multiple shots. The
Top
top
down.
down.
Well, to remind me, because after the first dance sequence, isn't that where we get those like talking moments first before the top
I
down?
think that's
Or
when
is
we
it?
first go to the table. We see the little boy. I think. And yeah. Wait, what talking parts? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, from my memory, it's like after the dance sequence, then they take like a break, and you're getting all these moments with all these characters where they're just off talking with each other, and
Yeah.
that also really helped to fill in a ton of stuff, a ton
Oh,
of stuff.
I know what you're talking about.
And like the
Was that
two guys,
before? Yeah, the
for
two
some reason,
guys.
I think they're between the two. Yeah, the two guys talking about just want to have sex with everybody and all that. But that works really well when later in the film people are starting to all these kind of animalistic things are coming out, and you're like, damn, these like one of these guys is gonna go too far
Yep.
because you've already know how aggressive they've been kind of talking about it.
Yep. Well,
So
I
my
also that part
mind that was
ended
before.
up being really funny to me as well because the one guy would suggest the guy on the right. He would like suggest something, and then the guy on the left goes off and he's like, "Oh yeah, I love it when they do that. I love it when they do that." This is like a very animalistic thing, and then the guy on the right again would be like, "Oh yeah, I'm not into that."
Yeah, yeah, like I don't. He'd be like,
Every
nah,
time,
that's
yeah,
too far.
every
Yeah,
single time, and it just was a
they were
bit of
great.
comedy.
You got in stuff with like Daddy and that kind of like young boy that
The
they end
son.
up sleeping together.
Oh, wait.
No, no,
Oh,
the one that
yeah.
ends
I
up
know you're talking
sleeping
about.
like you get some stuff with him,
Hmm.
you get stuff with the girls and some relationship stuff. That I just
The main
even those
girl and like
moments
I
as
don't even know
well.
if I would
Yeah,
call her the main girl, but and then the
yeah,
guy that's like what they're like kind of together, the shaved head
yeah,
guy.
yeah.
Yeah,
Brother
he
and
gets
sister,
the
which is
brother and
very
sister.
interesting.
Woof.
Like that's super interesting.
Yeah,
Um,
and then the sister with the other guy too. That they're actually kind of like
yep,
involved.
yep.
Um, what do you think?
So
So
my
like it
mind that
felt
was in
like to
between those
me
two.
like the dance sequence we get in the beginning is like that's what they've been rehearsing over
Yep.
and over. That is it. Then, but they're almost treating it like that was their final rehearsal. That's what
Yeah,
it
it
felt
does
like to
feel
me.
like
Like
yeah,
they
it does
did
feel
it.
like we've been working our ass off. That's it. Boom. Let's take a break, and then it's like let's just have a little fun
Yeah,
to end the
exactly.
night.
Then they're
Let's
just
just
having
like
fun.
let's just dance, freely and
Yeah.
do what we want, which I like because yeah, that opening dance sequence is when everybody feels unified and equal and on the same page on working together and whatever. You get those conversations, and then you shift to this top-down sequence. And yeah, I do think the top-down sequence is my least favorite part. It's when you're starting to feel the like extended, repetitive nature of stuff, where you're like, okay, do we really need to see everybody
I
step
think we
in?
got literally every single
Literally
person.
everybody.
Yeah.
But not that it makes it necessarily better, but I do see the vision there of just like you've done this kind of like here's everybody dancing together. Now you're getting everyone individually, and they're getting to express themselves as an individual, and
Hmm.
and there are very different styles of dancing.
Yep.
But it does feel very you definitely get worn down a little bit because the top down is cool, but it's just top down the whole time, so you're not getting a lot of variety of
Yeah.
anything.
There were certain dances
Um,
that looked very interesting top down, and then
yeah.
some that didn't. But some, especially when they'd like jump up and then go into like a split or something, it
Yeah.
really messes with your perspective. You don't see
Right.
that height, and it just looks very strange. But it's
That
really
angle of
cool.
dance you're like normally not
Yeah,
getting.
you never get ever. I don't know if I've
Right.
ever watched anybody dance from top down ever. So
Right.
it did feel
So it
unique in that way.
it
But that's when
works.
the slip up happens. It's not even that bad, honestly, because they play it off as like this whole part is them having fun, and it's the shaved head guy. And I don't remember who he's dancing with, but he's dancing with someone, and they do like a jump where he like goes to catch her or him. I can't remember if it's a guy or a girl, and he drops him, and then they kind of
Mm,
like just laugh it off and go out of the circle, and like
keep
that's
going.
kind of the end. But
Interesting.
yeah, it was, I think it's one of those things where that felt very improvised in general. And it's just like,
Yeah,
here's the camera, it's set up, everyone get in a circle,
do your thing.
and literally do it like, yeah, it's almost like a breakdance circle. Of like everyone needs to go in at some point and then just vibe, and that
Right.
was it.
Which is fun from a filmmaking aspect too. And I think that's what really elevated this movie for me is you just get so tired of seeing it. Just watch a lot of movies and there's a lot of just like it's just very safe and everything's very predictable and everything's very you're like okay I see how they did this and this just I love like a low budget kind of guerrilla filmmaking and maybe not guerrilla filmmaking but yeah just very just like low budget creative. I love the idea of working with a cast of non actors who, in my opinion, are all pretty good in this. Like they all give pretty realistic
Yeah.
performances. But yes, this is a sequence where it blends, and this is the part I need to rewatch because I do. It was at the point where I was. This was like late at night, and I was already tired, long day, and so I was kind of. It's all a bit of a blur, but this is where Gaspar starts dropping in these like title card or these text overlaid over everything, and you're getting these like flashes of like from my memory like Arctic Monkeys, and then Rolling Stones, like all of these,
I yeah.
and honestly, it's probably just his own bands that he
He's like
likes. Like it's
bands
probably
I
just
think
that.
people should check out.
Yeah, it's just like this very weird self-indulgent moment where I don't know if he's commentating on just art itself of just like yeah this is what I view as pure art and then in the film's most self-indulgent moment is when he then drops his own name into the sequence two times in a
Was it two
film.
times in a row or just two times throughout the
There's
naming?
maybe one in between but they're like both right there towards the end which also feels worse because it feels like they're all like building up to this like
Yeah.
Gaspar Noé like
Yeah.
so I don't know how I feel about that.
I think when I
It's
first started watching that, when they first start showing names, I think it started with like actual like names, not band names. And so I thought, oh wow, this is like a weird mid-movie credits. We're getting the actors' names
Mhm.
of this big cast. He's gonna throw them here. But then yeah, I remember Rolling Stones. At some point, like the names kept flashing, and I was like, all right, I can kind of like not pay attention to the names because I don't really need
Yeah.
to. But yeah, at one point it was like the Rolling Stones, and I was like, the Rolling Stones. Like, is this music that the daddy character is like sampling and like like I just don't know what. It was very
Yeah.
strange.
It's very strange. And now that you say it, I actually did really like the credits. They do the on the front end of the movie, the like full end credits, and it's like a really visually interesting. I did like it.
Did you notice there's
But
like
yes,
35 studios that worked on the movie? It was
yeah, yeah,
it was yeah, I was like no way they're going to keep going, and every time one would end, another one would pop up. I'm
another
like
one.
how many movies? Yeah, how many studios worked on this? It was insane.
Hmm. But yeah, like you said, it feels almost like a mid movie credit sequence, but it's like of artists. So it is very strange. I would be curious to like look up more on that and see what's really the vibe. And so at this point, yeah, I was like, "What? I don't know where this movie's going. I didn't know anything about the plot. I didn't read the synopsis at all." And so then from there is where you get, and at first you don't even really know it is, but you get this inciting incident of that somebody has spiked the punch, which is just such an easy, simple plot element. And I love the setting of this studio. It's just so well utilized and so well lit, and you get all these different colors as it as things take off and you start navigating all these different passageways and stuff. But even just the main room, and even the punch, it's just so good. It's just visually so good,
It looks
and
gross.
it
Yeah, it's
just
like
looks
dark
disgusting from
purple.
the start.
Yeah,
Yeah,
with
it's
like
just like
chunks
this
of it's sangria. It's sangria
sangria. That's
specifically. Yeah,
right,
so it's got that
and
like dark red with like fruit floating in it. It basically is like fruit cake liquefied. It looks like
yeah,
yeah,
and everyone just like dipping into the same thing. It just feels like something that should go wrong, and
yeah.
so it's great because if you don't know the premise, which I did not, it's not obvious at first, and it really is a slow burn where like you're like, okay, everyone's start like you're starting to notice that like you're getting a little bit more wild on the dance floor, but you're like, okay, people are just getting more drunk. It's late at night, and it really takes you a little bit till they start getting to a point where you're like, okay, something's going on. People are getting fucked up here. Like something is off, and I think the transition into that is done so well. Feels so
It
realistic.
feels like
Feels
you as
so
the viewer are also have you have
yes.
dropped acid and you are slowly starting your trip like along with them.
Yeah. It really just
It's
like
seamless.
it's
It's
so
honestly,
good.
yeah. It's like there's no hard moment where I'm like, oh, okay. It transitions so naturally that
Hmm.
it's just a seamless downhill for the rest
Yeah,
of the movie. Really.
and one of the best, like just that what movies can do so well, where it just elicits a response from you as a viewer. One of the most stereotypical is the like horror movie, like what the hell are you doing? Like don't go in there. You know, like people like doing that kind of stuff. Like the little boy. It's all about the little boy with
Oh,
this, where like you just know, right? Because they give some warnings of like, oh, don't let whatever. I don't even know his name. Little Nicholas. Don't let Nicholas near the punch. You know, it's
because it's
alcoholic.
already
Whatever.
alcoholic. Yeah.
Yeah, and so you're like, okay, he's somehow gonna, and then you're just watching all these other people as things start to go wrong, and then yeah, just camera goes back over it, and sure enough, there he is drinking it, and you're like, no,
This is
like
like
you just
while they're
like,
having conversations of like accusing people of having spiked the punch.
right,
They're
it's like
talking
on the
about the punch
table
has been
that
spiked, and yeah, it cuts over to him and he's like sipping it. Yeah, and you're
you're
like, oh
like,
my
damn,
god.
you're like, no, and just everything with him is pure. It's like what works so well with filmmaking of, so it's the cliche, but like Hitchcock talks about it, right? Like the bomb under the table or whatever he talks about it being way more effective than the bomb going off. Just this idea, this anticipation. So the bringing him into and locking him into this room and the camera panned over, it's like don't touch that, and you're like he's gonna touch it. You're like he's definitely at some point going to touch this electrical
And he
box.
sold it. I mean, I gotta get like this. What a role for this kid because he's young.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you
He's
think? He's like
really young.
7, and
Maybe.
he
If, yeah.
sells it like he is about to be brutally murdered by this. Oh, we don't know what he's seeing. Creature. I mean, I imagine what a kid would be seeing, tripping on
Right.
LSD in a pitch black room while
Yeah,
you
he's in the
hear
dark, right?
club music outside and people screaming
Like
and shit.
screaming.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, and he's screaming bloody murder and like, yeah. I mean, you know that's gonna go wrong. And she locked the mom. This, I mean, also poor mom. She, like I think she's trying to do the right thing of like I need to separate my son from
Right.
all these people that are now gonna have,
Well, it
be
feels like herself too. She's like, I know I'm about to trip.
yeah,
I cannot take care of him. This
exactly,
is safer. Is I'll just put him in a room
yep.
because I won't be able to
And
keep
chooses
up.
the worst room of all
I
the
know.
rooms, the electrical circuit room. Like it's interesting too because we never saw the upstairs, ever.
No, no,
We never saw out the front door, ever.
no.
And so she
Yeah,
chooses
like a
that.
small glance out the when they push the one guy outside,
Yeah,
which is
yeah.
another
Wait,
like
that's not even the
laying the
front door. That's like the
breadcrumbs.
black
It's like a side
at the
door.
back
Yeah,
door.
yeah.
Oh, which by the way, I forgot. The very opening of the movie is the girl walking in the snow and then dying in the snow.
I don't remember that at all.
Yeah, it's her screaming. It's top down. She's walking down from the top in snow, and then she falls down and dies. And then
The
it goes,
girl?
yeah, yeah,
Interesting, because it's a guy that ends up dying outside later.
yeah. But at some point, someone goes
Oh,
out to get him or something. I think when the cops are there, someone
interesting.
goes out because it's daylight. I think when the cops are there, someone walks out that door.
Huh?
One
Yeah, I
of the
need to
girls.
revisit that.
Yeah, so that
I
is
don't
the. I
remember that.
think that is the very single first shot before the
Hmm.
videotapes, which yeah, you kind of forget, and it ends up not
Yeah.
being like a significant thing.
No.
Um, but yeah, the kid was brutal, and I'll say I didn't really know. I wasn't sure that he died.
Yeah.
I thought at some point the lights go out because he has pulled this basically a circuit breaker. And so I thought like he had pulled it.
I don't even think he pulled it. I think it's like he just touched it and fried himself
I
and
think
like
that's what
blew
happened.
the.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think it blew. Yeah. So I thought it was like he pulled it like and it's like a circuit breaker and he turned it off and then passed out because he was tripping. So I never, which I almost feel like could have been. I mean, no, it's not more tragic if he survived and the mom died for no reason. But
Did
because
she commit suicide?
she kills herself because she
She killed herself
thinks,
just out of the guilt of like killing this little boy.
but she
Yeah.
doesn't know he's dead.
I thought they did. I thought they go back in the room and he's like
She
on
never
the
gets back in
ground.
there. She loses the key.
to someone else, or you
No,
just see them
she
when
loses the
they're
key.
showing all the flash? Yeah, yeah,
Oh
yeah. I guess
well,
she's
what
just
the
like losing her
police?
mind.
We go
She's
in when the police. Actually, no, I
okay.
don't
Yeah,
even
yeah.
think the police go in. I think we just get a
I
shot
think
of
you
them in
just see
there.
the shot of it. Yeah, yeah. But she just it's like implied like when the lights go, I think it's just like everyone knows, oh, little Jimmy is zapped, like he's done so.
And does she commit
Uh,
suicide using the key? Because I'm pretty sure she does. The
oh
key she
wow.
can't
I didn't
find.
I didn't catch that if so.
I
That's pretty
think
good.
she does. I think she can't find
Interesting.
this key, and I think that's she lays down at the door, and I think she uses it. Or at
The
least
key thing's great. Key thing's great because like in most movies you'd be like, oh yeah, you lost the key, you lost the map, you lost the But on drugs like this, that seems extremely reasonable that
oh
people
yeah,
can lose anything simple like that and just like losing their mind trying to find it. So yeah, that's I love that. That's super realistic.
yeah. I would say that's one. Like if I'm talking like top three craziest storylines we follow, that's one of them. Little
Oh
Jimmy,
yeah,
little Nicholas,
100%. It's just so
brutal.
because especially with them, they're a lot of those early conversations in like a lot of horror movies, right? These guys are morally at best gray, at worst are corrupt, and so you in that audience way you're okay with them suffering a bit of a fate. Whereas like little boy's done nothing; he's just an
Just
innocent little
existing.
boy,
Yeah.
and you're like he does not deserve what he gets in this movie.
No. Which, by the way, did you notice in the videotapes in the beginning, they talk about someone. There's like, oh, I mean, they're like, oh yeah, one time someone spiked everyone with LSD. I mean, they literally say exactly what happens, and they're talking about someone putting
Interesting.
LSD in their eye. And so I'm
Interesting.
curious. I don't remember if it was literally her, the person that we get the reveal at the
Probably,
end, but it probably is
probably.
her telling this story, and then it ends up being
Mm,
her. Um, but well, actually, I feel like it makes more sense that it's not her because it's just like word has gotten around the dance
mm.
community of this thing that happened. Because I don't know why she'd say it. Yeah, I guess to throw people off the trail, but then they got video evidence of that. It seems like it'd be a little damning, but
Yeah.
they did talk about that experience that we are about to witness happening.
Interesting.
Um,
I forgot about that, but I did that. It does make me think of this is one of those films kind of in the pantheon of other films like a Fargo that starts you off with that this really happened. And it really does just work so well because you just kind of buy it enough to where it just sells the concept a little stronger. It's just enough to put you where you're like, maybe this did.
wait,
Maybe it
did
didn't.
it say that?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
It
it
had
says
like
like
this
this.
this true story.
Yeah, I think it does. I
Yeah.
think it says like this happened in, I don't know, in my mind, Canada or something like back in 19. Yeah, I think it does. I'm
Oh,
pretty
I
sure
mean,
it
I could
do.
see this happening for sure. Yeah, this was like
Yeah.
more realistic than like a Fargo. Fargo, I think it's very clearly like it's like they're joking around. They're joking around because like there's so many things that say this is based off a true story, and then
I
it
don't know.
goes
They're joking around with it. I think that
Fargo.
like, because
There's
I
like a
think
season that has to do with like aliens, like literal
no,
UFO
the original
aliens.
movie, the
Yeah,
original movie.
yeah. Well, yeah.
Like
I guess I'm talking about the
I
show
think
because
it
they still
was
say it.
just an intentional. I think it works on the first movie. I think if you ask a lot of people, they would tell you straight to your face, like, "Oh yeah, that is based on a true story." Like I think it sells it for a lot of people.
Hmm.
And the original movie, like that could
Yeah, I
be.
guess the
It's not
original
far
movie
fetched
should have.
enough, but I think they have talked about it before of like why they did it and stuff. But I do think it helps just ground it in reality enough where you suspend your disbelief a little bit more. Um, Blair Witch, like there's just so many things. But I think with this, it's probably one of those where like the true story is just at some point someone spiked and people got
Unfortunately, died.
got a little bit screwed up. Nothing like
Oh, you don't
this,
think
right?
you don't think there were any accidental deaths?
I with that title card, I doubt that is based on a real one like this. It feels more like urban legend. It feels like kind of
Mm,
like she's saying in the video, like, "Oh yeah, I heard about this one day
mm,
time where someone did this." Yeah, that would be my guess, but
yeah.
I think it really works in just like helping sell it a little bit. Where the whole time you were feeling like, "Yeah, I could see this happening." Like this, yeah, of that kind of what if of like, okay, yeah, if someone did this, that's the scary part of like you've already taken it, you're done. Like, so how do you get through the night? How do you survive this
Why did
crazy
nobody go
breakdown.
upstairs or lock themselves in a room?
Yeah.
I kept thinking we're gonna go upstairs, and yeah, we never did.
No.
But it's also interesting because we found out the girl that did spike it. She's the first that really you get any ounce of like something's going on here because she just like she like waddles into the dance floor and just like starts peeing
Yeah.
on the
With the
ground.
P. Hmm.
Yeah, and she just kind of sucks the whole time. She's like
Yeah.
mean to her. Like I don't know if they're like romantically involved, but I think the only other like American or English speaking uh, dance person, because I think a lot of them are French.
Yeah. Those seem to
But
be.
one of them's like she sounds Russian, but she's speaking English.
Yeah.
But yeah. Once things start to go, yeah. I mean, the once they realize the spike has been punched, they start accusing people, which is not good. And so, leading into the second of the most memorable sequences, or just people we're following, was the pregnant girl who has not had any of the punch because she's pregnant. She knows. She's trying to keep it
Hmm.
secret from other people. And then confides in our main character who is under the influence and, promises she won't tell. And then immediately tells the first person she sees. And then,
Hmm.
yeah, I mean, it's crazy thinking about because I think that's the girl that spiked it too. That like, oh no, it's not. It's not. It's a different character that just like straight up knees her in the gut, kicks her in the stomach.
Yeah. She's awful.
It's
Yeah.
brutal. Yeah, and
Yeah.
she's just wailing. Oh, it's a hard sequence to watch.
Mhm.
And then they're like goading her to kill herself, and
Yeah.
she's like,
She gets out on the floor, right? And it's like
and they're like, she spiked the
everyone kind of
punch.
group think is yeah, just kind of cornering her and peer pressuring and intimidating to where she almost then buys into it herself. Where like it's this like self-worth thing almost of
Yeah,
like, yeah, I suck. I deserve to just like kill myself basically
and she
over
does. I
this.
mean, she doesn't kill herself, but she does. She does harm herself, and
Yeah.
then I think we don't see her for the rest of the movie, from what I remember.
No, I think she's just like, and when they show everyone at the end, I think she's just on the ground and has definitely like bled out a little bit. I
I
don't
thought
know
she
about
was
like
in the.
all the way.
Oh, I thought she was the one in the shower, like in fetal position, crying.
Maybe she was actually.
Because I think at
Yeah.
that point I don't know if it's implied. I kind of took it as like because of, I mean, the emotional damage and the physical damage. I imagine that I think there was like a miscarriage in there.
Yeah, probably.
That's kind of
That
how I
makes
took it.
sense.
She's like vomiting and like, I don't know. I didn't take it as a happy ending for that. But
No, there's not a lot of happy endings in this thing at all. I don't know if there's
no,
any. I really.
no,
So maybe.
yeah, I'm
Yeah, I can't think of too much.
no, and
Um, when the guy was thrown out into the snow, did you
mm.
already know where that was going? You feel?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
he
I
was
did
done.
too. And I can't tell if like you're supposed to know. It does happen very quickly to where I was like, I could see them kind of wanting some people just to kind of forget about it, and then because you don't come back to it for a long time. But I couldn't tell if how
Yeah, I
much you're
knew.
supposed to.
We're
But
never
yeah, I
seeing
was
that
like,
guy
oh, this
again
guy's done.
because he's tripping too.
Yeah, yeah. It's just like he's in there, and he's probably banging on the door, and no one's gonna open it.
Yeah,
Like
and the
no one's
music's
even gonna
so
hear it.
loud. The music is what really like, yeah, it just is it sells it of like it's so much it makes it so much worse of
Hmm.
like this club music constantly droning throughout the
Yeah,
entire
just like driving things for
movie.
you.
Yeah.
So,
Um the I guess the last I mean there are plenty more, we'll talk about them as well, but the other like main storyline that really hooked me was the incest storyline,
yeah,
which is I guess including the guy gets thrown out. But that whole thing was just not good. Not a good,
no,
almost a good, not good, but almost not as bad of a resolution. And then
right.
it went bad
Yeah,
in
it
the
goes
end.
bad. Yeah,
Yeah.
but it was good. I like the conflict and drama within it was definitely
It
interesting.
makes a lot more of what happened earlier on in the movie with the brother make more sense of why he's so defensive and
Yeah, he's very
controlling and
protective
protective.
and
Yeah. And they're like,
yeah,
"Oh, because you're a fucking creep. That's why."
yeah. Hmm.
Ugh.
And she and going back and watching it too, it's like she probably also kind of knows, and it's like almost like she also knows she can't go there, but like also kind of is digging it because it's like you're not supposed to. It's definitely
You think so?
interesting.
I don't know if I get the vibe from her as much.
I think a little bit like to where maybe that's why she's so promiscuous.
Mm,
It's like almost like a
doing like in front of him to try
subconscious.
and like.
Well, I think of both, like almost like a subconscious like rejection of that. So it's like just a hard pivot on the opposite of like
Mm,
not going there, so I'm just gonna throw myself at everybody else. But then also, yeah, maybe like a small jealousy thing. I don't know. I mean, he's definitely the one that's way more vibing with it. There's no doubt.
yeah.
But that's kind of how I took a little bit of like I'm reading the drug thing in this whole movie of like just when you're taking these things, it is stripping people down to their true desires, right?
Yeah.
Most of these people then are just end up doing what they actually truly want to, and that socially we hold back for sometimes good reasons, for
Mm,
sometimes good moral reasons, sometimes not. Um, and so yeah, it just feels like it just yeah. I mean the climax of this movie, which is just I mean, well, I won't jump to it yet. To get to that point, right? You get to a sequence where you basically start following this kind of more main character who I think is the only one that she's like a actual actress that's been in other stuff for sure. And even though you never spend too much time with her, she does kind of feel like your lead a little bit, just the
yeah.
way that she's shot, more like a hero shot kind of vibe. And you're just getting her moving through the whole space, like you're following her for long sequences. Obviously, this is one big part of that 42-minute sequence, but there are whole long parts of that where you're just tracking behind her, in front of her. She's doing crazy movements.
She has like
She's
her own little sub. Speaking of like the subway scene in Possession, she has her own. Really, the
Mhm.
only like solo. And this, to me, like it worked, but there was a little bit of you seen Hot Rod, right?
Yeah.
In Hot Rod when they I can't remember what he calls it, but he does like the angry like dance.
Yeah, the dance.
It
Yeah,
kind
kind
of
of like
gave
that.
me that vibe a little
With the
bit.
music playing, that's
Yeah,
fine.
and she does like she does the one in particular I found a little funny was when she like goes into a split and like goes into the wall and she's like full split into the wall and it just was like
Yeah,
a little too. I don't know. I don't know if that's how if I really bought into like is that what you'd be doing right? Like it almost felt like I'm so angry I need to dance
yeah.
kind of thing. And I don't know if I ever bought into that, but it looked great. It was that L was like a daunting L down that
Yeah.
hallway. And I liked it. It wasn't super long winded or anything, but I did find it. I was like, oh, okay. Like, are we gonna get this? Is everyone just gonna like? I don't know. I don't know if you felt that at all, but it was
Yeah,
good,
no,
but
it
it was a little
definitely was.
silly.
Yeah, it's a little silly. Um, I think the sequence is when you first get the camera flipping temporarily as well. I think you get one full 360.
Mm,
I think when you're following her down the hallway, and I was just like, oh, that was interesting. Like you get like a slow turn, and then I was like, are we gonna stay here? And then I think it comes back around, which then yeah, I mean the climax of this movie is just like yeah, coming back to the main floor, and it's kind of like everything coming together, and you got everything going on at once.
electricity's out, so
Electricity's
they're
out, yeah,
just
like lights
they got like the
pulsing,
boom box, yeah, lights flashing.
boombox. You just got like everyone just like raging. You got a couple having like serious, crazy sex on the dance floor. Just everything, and that's
Physical
when you get
violence.
this physical violence happening. And so
And
you
then
get
also
this,
just while you're someone's yeah, there's like two people just like having like crazy sex, people beating each other up, and then there's just like people like
someone just
just
like
dancing
dancing
in the
next to
middle
them.
of it. Yeah, just
Yeah,
vibing.
yeah,
And
yeah,
it's just like
yeah,
it's almost like demonic with like the red
yeah.
flashing light. Everything's upside down, so just the perspective
That's when the camera goes and
it's
like stays
prolonged.
there
Yeah, it's
for like the
prolonged
whole
too,
final
and
part.
so like yeah, your whole perspective it's so unsettling. And it
And you,
forces you to live in it too. It was a
yeah, it takes
long
time.
time. Those are the
And
moments.
when
That's really the only moments where I was like, because the lights are going in and out, I could see that they cut. I don't think they did though. I
I
think it's
don't
just the lights
know.
go out for a long enough time and then they come back on. It's just like I don't. It'd be a tough thing to like get that perfect upside down angle right again. And
Yeah,
yeah, I don't
I
know.
could see him doing it. Yeah, I'll be curious to look it up. But yeah, this is where you then Yeah, just it's not even just the camera being upside down. It's like the angle of it too. That it's just like really putting people's faces at a very crazy angle, and you're the ones that are really searing my brain are these two guys. One specifically are doing the kind of
The
like
contortionist.
possessed dance. Yeah, and they set that up earlier where they're doing one guy's doing it a lot earlier, but those are truly just feel like possessed,
They've like
like
paint
just
covered their
demonic.
faces in like
Yeah.
white chalk almost.
Hmm.
And they're, and before they're like doing the contortionist stuff,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
like it's just like their dance. But then at this point, you can hear their bones like dislocate. It
Yeah.
sounds like
Yeah.
they are dislocating their bones to do this dance.
Right.
So it's like
Yeah.
to
It
the extreme.
just
Yeah.
insane. Yeah.
And there was one of those was like in the hallway, like through the double doors, and he's just
Yeah.
sitting there,
Yeah.
just like doing it
Doing
constantly
it.
as
Yeah.
as the characters would walk by. It just was yeah, it's just creepy. It's just like that's what you decided to do. You go there and you just stop and you're just doing these weird like contortionist dance. Again, yeah, it's almost funny until it's like, yeah. Like it would be funny if it weren't like such a serious thing. Like if you were
Right.
at a party and like some guy, decided he wanted to take some acid or LSD and like he's off in the corner like
Yeah.
like
Right.
it'd be kind of
You
funny. But it's
right.
just yeah, just everything combined. Yeah, it is a horror movie, I think, in a lot of ways.
Yeah. Well, I think you buy a lot of the dancing because they're dancers. I know it sounds silly,
Yeah.
but it's like because they've established that like these are these like serious dancers for like dance's life, and like
Yeah.
this is how they express themselves is through dance. Like number one, you then kind of buy it that like when they are then stripped down to that like pure animalistic like who are you as a human, like that's really what's coming out. It's just like just pure crazy dancing. But yeah, I mean it does. It climaxes in this moment of just pure insanity, and you're not sitting there like, "How did we get here?" It's just you're just like, like wow,
When did we get here?
yeah, yeah, when. That's a good way to put it. Where like it is just so subtle's not the right word because it's not subtle when someone's back there doing shit like this,
It's
but
just smooth.
it's just smooth. Yeah,
Yeah.
it just feels so naturally progressing to this point that yeah, it's just like yeah, when you're like we were just starting to drink the punch and like didn't even think something was going on. And now we're like, holy hell, so much has happened and we're here at this crazy point. Yeah, it's just wild and it's so effective. Like I was completely locked in and just like this is what I love about movie. Like the feeling that's evoking is just nuts. And I know it's a film you like, and I do too. It just I automatically go to Requiem for a Dream as other people do because that has been that kind
Like the
of
drug movie.
champion of don't do drugs the movie,
Yeah.
and like this is right there up there for
Yeah.
me where this is a totally different vibe, right?
This is
This
more
is like
like don't even do recreational drugs in the wrong
it's like
settings with people you
you
don't
didn't
trust.
choose to do drugs, yeah. So like
Yeah.
you just happen to have drugs due to you, like you
Yeah.
didn't have a choice in the matter, and now you're suffering from that. And Requiem, you're getting, it's jumping in time more, where it's okay now this person's like addicted, okay now this person's
Yeah.
like deep into it, right? Whereas this is just this kind of slow, instant transition.
And,
So yeah,
and knowing that like a few hours from the end of this movie, they're just going to be normal, how they are again.
right. Let's just like we'll
Like
go
it's out of your
back.
system,
So
you're good.
yeah. So I don't remember how it transitions from this crazy peak climactic moment to the cops coming. I don't remember what that transition was
It's
like.
when they kill the shaved
But
head guy. They slam his head into the ground and it blacks out.
that's right. And it goes black. That's right.
Yeah. Which
Who,
before we go into the ending,
kind of a piece of shit, that guy.
yeah, he kind of
So
sucks too.
you're
I mean,
kinda like,
yeah,
eh.
yeah, yeah, exactly. I think, I mean, that's the scene. If we're going to talk about a dance sequence that's going to be taught in film classes for years and years to come, I mean, this just puts the Sinners ones to shame. I mean, I think the Sinners one has like a cultural thing about it
Right.
that, there's maybe more meaning in it. But as far as a technical perspective, it's literally 42 minutes versus like 45 seconds.
Sure.
And
Well,
like,
and 100% that centers one is using CGI, right?
yeah.
They are using visual effects to do things in that sequence. And I don't think they're necessarily hiding that fact, but this is pure practical.
Yeah.
There's a camera in a room with people working the lights and people choreographing these actors, these non-actors to do. Yeah, I think it is infinitely more impressive and would rather watch this sequence. But I agree. I think the centers one, what's really working for people, and I get it, is the intent behind the scene. And the intent is great. Yeah, this idea of music,
To transcend time and
transcending time and culture, binding culture. Yeah, I mean, of course, but the execution of that Sinners one to me, it was from the very beginning. It was like it's okay if talk about like moments feeling comical, like the twerking and stuff. Like I don't know that they pull it off in a way that makes me feel super like, oh wow, this is something profound. I'm like, yeah, it's kind of a little goofy, but yeah, this one I think just pure works where you're just like in the terror of it all, and you're just like, Jesus Christ, this is like the worst thing that could happen to you.
yeah,
Like this, and like there's
yeah.
no escape. You just gotta ride it out.
It's
Like,
probably the only oneer I've watched where I'm like begging for the cut. I'm like,
yeah, yeah,
end, please.
yeah.
Like, give us the cut. Let's go somewhere else, please. And you don't get it. He
Mm.
makes you just sit, and he makes you. And yeah, it's just the slow walk through. I mean, yeah, it's one location. You get the L hallway, I guess, if you want a little deviation from it, with a couple bedrooms you go into.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's just the slow walk too. I mean, it could easily have just cut from the main dance floor to the bedrooms, but like just thinking that all of this stuff has been happening on the dance floor when you're in those bedrooms, and then when you leave the bedrooms, you're thinking about all the things happening in the bedrooms when you're on the dance
Mm-hmm.
floor, and yeah, it's just like you just want it to end.
Yeah, you're like feeling the anxiety of it all, just kind of growing and peaking, and yeah. So then you get this sequence of the cops showing up, and everything's calm now. It's the morning after, and as they're coming in, you're like, all right, I know there's people that didn't make it through this for sure, but you're not 100% sure. So that sequence to me was great of like the reveal of everyone's fate,
Yeah.
whatever that is, whether they died, whether Big Daddy and this guy slept together, and
Well, we don't know. We don't know if they slept together.
we don't know that. To me,
Yeah.
it's implied that they do based on the things that young guy was saying about like wanting to experiment, do this. And it feels like a Big Daddy take him under his wing and like,
Yeah.
I'll show you, kid. Let's
Yeah.
have some sex. Yeah, like so. I guess that's one of the few, if that is what happens, a happier ending than some of the other ones.
Yeah.
I kind of liked that. But yeah, you're getting all these just kind of shots of where everyone has finished this crazy thing of where they are
Hair
at
burned
in the
off girl.
building. The what?
We can talk about her hair
Yeah,
burned
yeah.
off.
Yes, yeah.
Literally, her head. Like I can't remember who lights her hair on fire too, but it's someone does it. I think intentionally, right? Maybe not. Maybe she backs into it. She might have backed into it, but I thought I thought someone did it.
Someone might have done it, or like they could help her, but they don't, or something. I don't know. But I don't know if you saw on the poster. If you look, it's all of their like final poses, basically.
Really?
It shows like like it's like top down. Then they're laying in the same like pairings,
Wow.
and then, so it's kind of like almost like a little bit of a spoiler, but obviously you don't know, what. But so I think that's kind of cool. But yeah, and then honestly, I'm at this point. I'm watching the sequence where you're kind of revealing everybody, and like you got the guy in the snow, and you're seeing everybody. I'm at a point. I'm like, I've completely forgotten about who did this. I don't even care anymore.
Yeah.
Personally, I'm just so not even thinking about that. That was kind of nice too. You don't need it.
No.
Like I'd be okay never knowing, but it is just kind of like, oh, okay, cool. I guess that's fun to know as well, just to kind of close the loop. But you really don't need. I don't feel
It's
like
crazy.
You need
She
it.
ends it
Like,
with. Is she putting in eye drops to clear her eyes? I thought she was just taking some more LSD.
taking some more. Yeah, that was applied to me that maybe she does like a little micro dosing, kind of.
Yeah.
Like little bits of it.
And
I
it's
do
the
remember feeling a
longest
little
fade
like
out of all time, or
Yeah,
fade
it
to
is.
white. It's like 4 minutes.
It's like really long. I do remember feeling a little like about just straight up saying LSD in like huge letters. Like that to me was
She has like a she has like a little kit in her
right.
purse. It's like LSD. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, do we really need that? But it is what it is. But yeah, I just was blown away. I can't wait to watch it again. This is one like I want to buy. I want to watch the behind the scenes, and I just want to watch these sequences again because I just was so impressed, and it's like this is what, yeah, to me what is so exciting about filmmaking. It's just thinking about a small team coming together and starting from sitting in a room just like talking about, all right, we want this 42-minute oneer where it starts here and it ends here. Sitting together talking about it is cake, and then getting to a point where you're having to like actually make it happen,
Yeah.
and then you do, and you pulled it off so remarkably well. It's just so gotta feel so exciting. And it was a short, I think upon review it was like a 14-day shoot or something. I mean, this was like in and out.
I
It
mean,
was like
that's
nothing to
the
me.
majority of the movie is that one shot. You just gotta nail it.
Yeah,
I wonder how many
so
takes it took.
yeah, I would be curious
And
to.
I am also curious, like, how much freedom did they have within their time on the camera?
Right.
You know, obviously, I think they probably said, "Here are the things we need to happen." But like for our main girl, it could just be like, "All right, you're going to walk down this hallway and into this room. We don't care what you do on the way,
Yeah.
but you need to make it seem like you're starting to trip pretty bad." Because
Right.
that dance thing she does not seem choreographed to me.
No.
It just
No.
seemed like getting her to from point A to point B was, and then certain things, right? The hair catching on fire. Yeah, I'd just be curious to know how much of it was improvised, and he was just like, whatever this time ends up being, that's, I would be surprised if they're like, it's going to be 42 minutes.
Yeah,
Eh,
yeah. I feel like time wise probably didn't have constraints on it per se. And yeah, I'm sure just from an actor side of things, it's so fun because I think I don't know everything about being an actor, but I think it is
I
part of
do.
the fun is being able to like lose yourself in a performance. And I think I've only looked at very little stuff on this. I need to do like a deep dive, but I want to say the rumor was people were like, oh yeah, Gaspar had everybody on set actually do
I was
drugs
about to
and get
say,
drunk.
I wouldn't be
Yeah,
that surprised if he
that's what
was
everyone
just like,
says, but I think he's come out and said the exact opposite. He's just like, absolutely not. Like, we don't have time for this on a film set. You get a bunch
yeah,
of people drunk on a film set, it's impossible to manage them, blah, blah, blah.
a lot
I
more
think he
goofs
shut
will
that down pretty
happen.
quick.
Yeah,
But he also could have been doing that for like legal reasons. So
sure.
who knows? But I just thinking of the physical demands of this, like doing multiple takes of this would have been hard. I mean, these people are giving it their
To
absolute
me, yeah,
all,
it
just
seems like if
throwing
you
their
mess up,
bodies around.
yeah, if you mess up that tape, it'd be like, let's go home for the day. We're gonna come back tomorrow
Yeah,
and
yeah,
do it
like
again.
that's
Like it's
too
you get
much
it once
to.
a day, and that's it. But even like it seems like they because I would even be curious if like the blocking was that not improvised because like I don't know, like, do you think the people on the dance floor when they go down the hallway stopped, took breaks, or do you think they were in it, like
Um,
living the vibe? You're always on until
Great
this shot is
question.
done.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I could definitely see where like you could have them take breaks, and that would be okay. It
They
depends on
probably
like how
gave
many
around and
times
passed
they're
out water,
doing
like
this.
knew when to give out
Yeah,
waters and stuff, and I'm sure
yeah,
they're
they
in there each other's ears,
probably.
like, don't come out of the hallway yet, kind of thing.
Yeah, I bet it is more like more planned than people think with that kind of stuff. But who knows? Because yeah, but some actors might say, you know, oh, look at that. Ian said, looks like Sophia said it took around 13 takes. That's pretty. That's
Oh
pretty
my
great.
god.
Yeah, I mean that's, and I wonder if those were all yeah
Jesus.
one day or broken up into multiple days, but 13 seems about the, you know, the max of where yeah you'd be getting into like, okay, we can't do this anymore. This is just like too much. Like you
Yeah.
just gotta pick the best one
Even like
and make it
mentally,
work.
I like it's mentally demanding. Like you're in those
Oh yeah,
characters are in bad places. Like
sure.
to do that for like I can't imagine how just hopefully those the 13 or the 12 previous were like 10 minutes and they were like no we gotta scrap it. Not like
But
35
they
minutes.
but the whole thing because I do think
Oh, you
I
think it
feel
was
like there's
13 takes, like
oh
all
yeah
good takes, and they used
I
the best?
well not all good, but I'm sure up front they said even if you fuck this part, I'd just keep going because I do
Mm.
think probably it is seamed together in some of those lights going out moments. It
Yeah, I
just
guess it's just
seems
good
like.
for a rehearsal too.
And
Worst
so it's just
case.
like just keep riding it out, and I think there's a lot of great instances of this in film. I feel like where the accents end up being a happy accent, and they end up keeping it later when they watch it or something. So yeah, but it was like the full thing 13 times.
Yeah,
which is crazy. I mean, it's just
that is
absolutely wild.
crazy. Yeah.
Um, but they've got to feel so good about it because the final product is just so incredible. And yeah, I don't know that any people, launched a career from it, but
Yeah.
I'm
Well, even I
sure
mean,
it's,
like, I think this is one of those movies that like I could walk up to 100 people on the street and I bet one has even heard of it. It
yeah.
just kind of it's like I don't know. It doesn't seem like it's getting the love that it should.
Yeah, it seems on Letterboxd it looks like it definitely did. I just looked when you were talking earlier. It looks like it has more watches than Possession for sure, and it I
I'm
think
surprised
it was
actually.
on Netflix also like Love, and so I think because of that it was pretty accessible, and I
Okay.
think at least in the film world it was like one of those like you gotta watch it, you gotta check
Yeah.
it out. But my question to you is, I've thought about this a lot. Like, if you're recommending this to someone, do you tell them anything? Do you tell them the plot, the main plot point of it's about a movie where someone laces the punch and it's just about everyone, you know, going down that drug trip, or do you say nothing? Because I loved not knowing anything.
Yeah,
I
I think it
liked
depends.
learning
I
more.
think I would if I knew that was the only way to get them to watch it.
Yeah,
I think
that's fair.
I think if I knew the person I was asking to watch it just trusted me enough to watch it, then I wouldn't tell them anything. I would just say watch it. I would
Yeah,
probably say I wouldn't mind spoiling. There's like a long oneer in it. Um, yeah, I wouldn't mind really spoiling that. If it's something that would like, if I know someone's really into those types of things, I'd be like, there's a really cool oneer in there that you can see. But yeah, I mean, I also went in blind. Other than I just knew there was some dancing. I didn't know
right.
the drug aspect of it. So I had heard it been recommended after watching Suspiria. So I did. I also. I mean, like you didn't even know there was like that. It was like you were like this could be a romantic comedy. I don't know. Like you didn't know there was like
I mean,
horror elements to it.
I just knew it's Gaspar Noé. It's called Climax. I was thinking this is definitely a sex. I'm thinking like they're gonna be having giant orgies in the second half of this movie. I thought that's what it was setting up. It was like it's a dance troupe that starts getting a little, everyone's drinking stuff, and everyone just starts having like crazy explicit sex because that is certainly what he has
Yeah.
done in the past, and just that name
I could
Climax.
see it
I
like
definitely
as like a because there's something with like the Suspiria where there's like it's sexual but also like witch. I mean, I didn't think there was just gonna be witchcraft, but I could see it being that like it's like disturbing sexual
yeah.
dancing, like yeah,
It's
that
like
kind of
really
thing.
spiritual kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
even like the cover, I didn't look too. I it's got the big red climax and like I didn't zoom in and see uh the people in it, but I'm going to. But even that, it kind of just sets a tone. I
Yeah.
think that gave me Suspiria vibes, and maybe it just was purely because people had recommended it after Suspiria. But yeah, this is one that I would feel like I would love to be on the fly on the wall for, having just seeing people watch it
Yeah.
because yeah, I don't know. It's I've not watched very much like it. I think the Suspiria uh, connection is pretty spot on.
Yeah.
Um, or like a Black Swan. Like it's just like dancing and psychological thriller, disturbing. Obviously, what happens is very different, but like if someone loved Black Swan, I don't think I'd mind recommending them this because I think there is a hurdle to get over in the beginning. You gotta trust
The first half, yeah,
the
you
first
gotta
half,
stick
yeah,
with it.
because like I
Yeah,
could see someone finally getting through the interviews and be like, all right, here we go, and then it's a 15-minute single shot dance sequence, and you're like,
right,
what the
right,
hell am I watching? Like,
right.
so
No,
I could
yeah,
see,
I agree. It's not for everybody because of that first half, for sure.
yeah,
But I think it's worth the stay. Like it's the payoffs are so good.
hmm
And yeah, again, I just can't wait to rewatch it, and I feel like it will be better on the second time too, just when you know the relationships a little bit more. Um, but yeah, it's great. It's definitely my favorite that I've seen by him.
I think it's the only
It's
one
just so
I've seen by him.
exciting.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
he's
did look to see what other people, like his other most popular ones. There's one called like Irreversible.
irreversible is I
Yeah.
think considered like his
I don't
most.
know anything about it. I just know that's the one people are like.
Yeah,
It can be
I know one thing
disturbing.
about that's like it's known for Ian's got some more comments here. Apparently, Gaspar let all the dancers develop their own choreography. The only guideline was that it should appear disturbing, as if they were in a strange cult or ritual. Love it. Yeah, I mean, and they
They did a great
definitely
job.
they did a great job with that.
Yeah.
It certainly feels that way.
Hmm.
Um, and it does have, yeah, kind of culty vibes of, in a way that any kind
Demonic
of
to
like
me.
troop or something feels too. Of like these people are all kind of bonded. They don't all like each other all the time, but they kind of work together when they need to, and then yeah, at that end it just feels like they're all like synced back up with the music, with the LSD. They're all like on this weird same wavelength, just going crazy. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's pretty interesting to hear. Yeah, like I said, all this stuff is, I just want to know more. I want to know
Yeah.
everything about how they put this together, and that just adds such an extra interesting
I feel the same way
element
about
to it.
this and Possession.
Yeah.
I am very curious, maybe for different reasons, but I'm excited to like research them and then rewatch them with the knowledge.
Mhm.
But even better than those, we had Daddy's Head,
So yeah, bring it
the
home with the
banger,
best of all.
the banger. Yeah, we're at 2 hours, so I want to make sure you are able to get off when you need to. So,
Daddy's head.
so we can do this as quickly as we need.
How much to say,
Yeah.
honestly.
So Shutter exclusive,
Quick one.
Daddy's Head. Um, yeah, I mean, I could. There's a lot of stuff to goof on. Like,
Yeah.
I just hated the main character's performance. I
Yeah.
hated her,
Very
and
bad.
again, I honestly don't think it's her fault. I think it just was like a horribly written character. The setup of like I don't want you. I want this kid. And then at the same time, you're wearing like a party dress to a funeral. It's just like, what are we doing? Um, yeah, I mean, I do like the idea of the doppelganger creature. I
Yeah,
do,
yeah.
and
It's the
like,
best part of the movie.
yeah, some of the visuals, like the big reveal, like the climax of this movie when she goes into the room and it's on the kid's bed, and it's just like the I'm trying to think of the right word, but it's just creepy looking.
Yeah, yeah.
It's his head is like way bigger than it should be, and like the smile.
Yeah, it's like an uncanny valley or something. It's just like
Yeah,
a weird.
and it kind of made like I just when you think about the logic that they tell you of like why it looks like like this creature's just been out there and just like conveniently the dad dies. Like it's just like, all right, like I guess I'll go in and haunt this or like terrorize this family. I guess I don't even know what it's doing. What is it doing? It's just killing to kill.
I think so. Yeah, I don't. I don't know. This also feels like a horror movie trying to do the like. It's all symbolic, and it's like
For what?
it's like representative of like the death of this dad, like haunting this family, right, and affecting both the mother and the child, and but it's not done well
No, oh
in
my
that
god, the
regard.
beginning with like the kid sitting. I just hate like the bookends of this movie are the most frustrating bull crap I've ever seen because it starts with literally him sitting in the house, pure daylight, and he's looking at the vent. You're like, oh, okay,
Yeah,
this vent's gonna be important, which it does turn out to be.
yeah,
It is an important vent, and then yeah, it the big climax happens, and then it cuts back very quickly to this, and he's just sitting there, and then leaves and goes into the room. He's like, "Mom," and she's the exact same age. He's grown like 10 years, and she just like the end.
yeah. It's a
It's
horrible
just like,
ending.
oh, they stayed together. She
Yeah, it's all
kept him.
good.
What a
Yeah,
yeah.
and it's I don't know. It's supposed to be like he's. It's like he hasn't moved on from the vent, and that he's still looking at it 10 years later. But I guess it's like he's not stuck on it. Like he gets up to go see mom. I don't know.
Are they in
Him
the
like
same house?
talking
Is that
and
to me? I think they aren't living there anymore. You think they're still living there?
I don't know.
I
Yeah,
thought
I
it was
don't
like
know.
he went and visited the house, but
To
yeah,
visit.
maybe they are living there. I mean, because it's dead. They kill it in the end, but
Right.
so I
So
guess they could live there.
yeah,
But
I don't know.
I really liked
Him
the
talking into the vent and stuff. That's like a creepy idea. Like the
yeah.
mom seeing that, being like, "What the hell is going on here?" Like,
You never
but
know. Yeah, it did a lot of those like horror movie shots, which I've grown to like. I do really like horror shots where you are looking at a shot for a very long time and like you don't know what's there, and then something moves. It's not a jump scare. It's
Right.
just it's been there the whole time, and it kind of reveals itself to you, which I do. I really like those shots, and there's
Yeah.
quite a lot of them in the movie.
Yeah.
Which I'll take that over jump scares probably any day.
Yeah.
And I thought they were mostly pretty effective here. I love I just think the creature design is good. It's a good idea. I love the house, the den,
Yeah. That's cool.
super cool looking.
Yeah.
Kind of. I mean, like the more I think about, it, I'm like, so then it reveals like, oh, the dad had because he's like a famous architect. He's designed. He's got the blueprints that were right there the whole time.
Yeah.
But then like what? So this creature, he he came in and stole the picture, and that's why he can look like the dad. But then he also stole, or he just memorized the blueprint so that he could build the den, so that he could lure the kid in. Like that. That's what it's
Right.
supposed to be.
I think so. Yeah. It's just.
Did the fog in the beginning? Is that what brought it? Is that like the creature arriving? Like what?
I don't know. 'Cause that's the first thing I remember is like the flash from outside the windows, and you just get like a quick like silhouette at the window kind of deal. So yeah, I
There's a
don't know if
lot
it's
of
just a
like,
creepy moment.
yeah, implying that the kid dreaming is like summoning, is like creating these events. There's a lot
Yeah.
of stuff that's happening while they're sleeping, and I just don't know
Right.
what's real and what's not.
And I think again that feels like a symbolic, like because they are continuing to like not just dwell on the dad dying, but like they're clearly like going through this
Yeah,
grieving and they're having these nightmare stuff. It's kind of like keeping it.
yeah, and
It's like
normally like
opening
that's
that
like a
door.
yeah, that's a thing in horror movies where like, especially with like a kid or someone that's feeling vulnerable, they let the demon in, because it takes advantage of that. But like, this is something living out in the woods that's just there and just conveniently is like, oh, their dad died. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go in and become daddy, I guess, so I can eat. I guess it's just trying to eat or survive, or I don't
Yeah,
know
I think just
what it's trying to do.
yeah.
Um, it seems like it's just trying to eat, but the poor
The
dog,
dog.
just trying to save the family, and they're just abusing this dog. Uh, and the whole like the friend of the dad, and like
Yeah,
he's
he's not
divorced,
good
and
at
like
acting
why
either.
she's like, why did you
Bad.
get divorced? She's like, I had an affair. And then she's like, I'm gonna kiss you. And then yeah, it just was felt like so much setup just for like, just so the kid can, you know, he wasn't even like starting to bond with her in general, but then like then he sees that too, and so then
Yeah.
he decides to trash his dad's garden. I just, it just doesn't make any sense. Almost
No.
none of it made sense. Um,
Yeah.
but there were some good visuals. I thought a lot of the big glass. I mean, the house was awesome. Just the actual house they're living. It was cool, cool architecture.
Hmm.
A lot of the like lighting from inside with the glass, with like the fog and the police lights. I thought all that looked cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, so I think if there is a bit of success in the movie, it's the visuals were mostly
Yeah.
pretty good, and the creature design
That's
was
from the
interesting.
creature.
Yeah,
Yeah. And even the visuals that they look good. It's just like I said in the beginning. It's just so like sterile, and just so like very like streaming service visuals. Like this kind of like weirdly clean. Just no like no heart in it or something. I don't know. It's
yeah,
just
like John
very
Doe made it. It's just
yeah
another
yeah
John Doe making a horror movie. I've watched plenty like it. Yeah, it falls
yeah
into that. They're all like 2-star. They all feel the same, even if the
right.
creature's different and the story's different. They just, yeah, feel very vanilla.
What's so weird with this one is this weird ass title, Daddy's Head. Like, it is truly a strange choice, and it's like I don't know if it's an intentional to kind of
Get the
get
click.
people hooked. Of like,
I
what
think
the hell
so.
is this,
Daddy's
Daddy's
head.
Head?
Yeah,
But
I think
it's just
so.
a strange.
I mean, it's fitting though.
It's,
I mean, like that's what it copies. I mean, that
right.
really the only part of the kid's dad that it emulates is the head.
Like,
Um,
it could have even gone with just Dad's head, but like Daddy's Head, it just feels. You just hate to even have to say that out
yeah.
loud. It just feels gross. It
I
just
don't
feels
care
weird.
who you are. I don't care if that was my dad. If I saw that in the vent with that smile,
Oh
no
yeah,
part of me would be like, "Oh, it's Dad!
Daddy,
Yeah,
we're
he's
back.
back! He's crawling around the bed with the huge creepy
Yeah, it's
smile, and just
terrifying.
like, yeah, like this dumbass
Daddy.
kid. Yeah, Daddy.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's
it's yeah, it's bad. There is a couple. I thought the first moment where it's just like the black lump on the floor, and like the party music's going, the dogs barking. I'm like, what the hell
yeah.
is that? And that's another one where it's just a long shot of just looking at this lump, and then it just
Yeah.
like zooms away, and it's
Some
almost
of
like a
the
jump
Zoom
scare.
stuff was painful
Yeah,
though.
it's bad
Some of the
CG.
Zooms were really bad.
Yeah, it's not good CGI
Um,
for sure. Um,
so
I can't remember. Did the neighbor, or not the neighbor, the dad's friend? Did he end up dying? He like runs away from it and like hits his head, and he's in the
I don't.
hospital.
I can't remember if they ever confirm either
That
way.
he dies or not? Yeah, maybe
I feel like he
not.
doesn't. I feel like he's set up to where he shouldn't. He seems like the kind of like a good guy in the story enough,
Yeah.
but I don't know.
Yeah, I like the idea of him like being willing to take the kid and all
Yeah.
that, but like yeah, he couldn't. He was not a very good actor, unfortunately. Which again, who knows? I think it very much could just be on the
Yeah.
director because they all kind of sucked. But
Yeah. So they're
honestly, I
pretty
think the
bad.
kid was the best, and a lot of it was just
Yeah.
like look afraid. Oh my gosh, though, I will say, I'm glad I remembered. The worst fake video game playing I have
Oh my
ever
god.
seen.
Yes.
Like,
This
dude's got
shouldn't
a
be that
handheld Game
hard.
Boy and he's pressing a button every like 4.5 seconds. I'm
So
like, just
painful.
spam the
Yeah.
buttons or something. Even that's better than like, oh, it just was like, come on, you're a
It's weird
kid.
because like kids know how to play
I
video
know.
games too. Usually it's like when an adult is having to do it in a movie
Then it
and they
looks
just have
fake.
never played in their life. But it's like it's a kid. Like just tell him to do what he normally
It felt
does.
like
Like
he was just so locked in on acting that he forgot.
yeah.
It's like, yeah, it's like, doodly-dee-doo-doo. He's like, it just felt so bad. And there's like 8 scenes with it, and I'm just like, Jesus, this kid does not know how to play video games or fake play video games. It was that bad. It just stood out to me every time.
Yeah.
It was,
Yeah. It's just not good. It's
it was
just
rough.
overall very forgettable movie.
Yeah,
And not even like bad enough to have like a following. Like this is just like a
yeah,
you just move along.
in and out.
You know, I guess I watched that. You
the
know.
the yeah, I think you really could just look up like Daddy's Head creature on
Yeah.
YouTube, and you'd probably get the 4 or 5 clips of it that are creepy, and that is all you need.
Yeah.
That is all you need. So Shutter is well, really 0 for 1. This is the first Shutter exclusive that we've watched now. I'm expecting for them to not hit the 50% mark, if I'm being honest.
Probably.
But if this is the worst one we watch, I'd be really happy. I don't think it's
Yeah.
gonna
Yeah.
be. But if it was, I wouldn't mind so much.
Yeah, for sure. You could definitely do worse than this. There's
Yeah.
no doubt.
Well, cool. Yeah,
So-
we're at 2 hours and 15 minutes. Is there anything you want to say? Any closing thoughts? I know we were
I
going
think
to
we
talk
closed. Let's close on Avatar.
on the
I
Avatar
think.
trailer. Yeah, I just
And
watched
on
it.
a bit of a high after Daddy's head. You just watched it?
I just watched it for the first time before we got on, and just I guess if anyone is watching, I think we're both pretty big fans of Avatar.
Yeah. Big supporter.
Big supporter. I like 2 more than I liked 1. I think you're the opposite.
Yeah, I think one's still the better, but I like two more than I thought I would.
Yeah.
It works kind of despite itself at times. Like there's definitely some stuff I think doesn't work great in two, but overall,
Yeah.
it's
I think
still
that's to me that's the whole franchise. Like not all of it works on, but like it's just I don't know. There's a reason why it's making all the money. There's a lot of haters, but all these haters are also going to see it because I think secretly it's just like when you think about going to the movies and having a movie experience, like Avatar is it. It's peak. It's peak. You're gonna have visually an incredible time. It's a story that you can follow. It's just fun. You get action. You get it all. It's just like it is the like popcorn perfection for me.
Yeah, I mean, I just they did not stop using the papyrus font. They've doubled down the end on
Yeah.
the papyrus, which is funny because then he is definitely
We'll
still.
get the third
I feel like they'll do
SNL skit,
another.
I guess.
Yeah, I feel like they'll do another one for sure.
They did two already. I didn't see the second one.
Did they?
There's
They
a
did a second one?
Papyrus too, so I'm guessing we'll get a
Nice.
third.
It
Especially
is
with
it is a truly baffling part of it, and it just feels like one of those like
the font.
something slipping through the crack. Yeah, just like just
It
someone
works
not knowing.
though. It
I
like
don't mind it.
it
It's
like
just funny.
fits the brand weirdly. But
Yeah,
once you know about it, it becomes funny. But
yeah,
I still think it looks good. But yeah, it looks worse the more you know. But
yeah.
I think it looks the speaking now on is it Fire and Ash? Is that what it's called?
Iron Ash.
Is it called Avatar 3 Fire and Ash or just Avatar Fire and Ash? And
I
did
don't
2
know.
have a 2 or was it
I
just
don't
Way of
think.
the
I think it
Water?
says Avatar: the Way of Water. I feel
Hmm.
like so. I think this one is just Avatar: Fire and Ash.
Yeah. Yeah, I
I'm
thought the
pretty.
trailer was really good. I thought all the visuals, like you come to expect, looked great. I'm not huge into fire. If like we're
Yeah,
talking like cool elements, like I was way more excited when I heard about water, just because James Cameron clearly loves his water stuff and like yeah, just seeing those shots of underwater and the sea life and all that was just awesome. And so I wasn't really excited with like ash and
yeah,
fire
yeah.
and like mountains. But I gotta say, it looks cool. I think all the ash and just yeah, the scene where he's like kind of backpacking up the mountain, the huge volcano in the background. I love the way the is it Navi? The way that clan looks way more cool than I thought they were going to. I think all of it looks good except for Spider. I hope he dies.
Spider. Shout out the spider.
That's
I
my
don't
only
think he's
hope.
gonna die.
You don't think
That's
so?
fine. No,
Probably
I think
not.
Jake Sully is gonna die. I think that this is the shift in there's supposed to be 5 films. I think Jake Sully goes down in this one. I think he's a self-sacrifice moment,
Hands
and
off
it
the
starts
torch
to
to the
shift
sun.
to I think passes the torch. I do. You get a small clip in the trailer where they clearly have brought I think Jake into like the city that they've built. It looks like they have him captive. Not that necessarily he's gonna die there, but I definitely see him going down for sure. Yeah, I think it looks good overall. I think that I always liked the first one. Will always like it. It's not a perfect movie, but it works pretty dang well. And I was skeptical with the second because yeah, it was just like I don't need more. Like I'm fine with just the first. But when that first trailer dropped for 2, I was like, this is a great trailer. It is really the updated kind of current version of the music and all the water stuff looked awesome. I don't think this trailer is as good as that one, but I do still think it looks good. I do think some of the criticisms I've heard on this are like, it just looks like some of the same stuff. Like we're just retreading some of the same ground. I think that's fair. I don't think there's anything in this trailer that's like mind-blowingly new. I think the most intriguing part is I believe her name is Varang, is like the bad Navi, and she's the leader of this Ash clan.
It
And
seems like working with the general too,
it seems like the general, the colonel guy is the
because
one
he kind of
hiking up
walks
that
up.
volcano,
Yeah,
and he's kind of coming saying, "Let's team up."
yeah.
Clearly, for some reason, the Ash people hate either just the water people or Jake Sully specifically, or who knows. But yeah, it certainly seems
I'm
they're
excited for like the
combining
Civil
forces,
War
which is great.
aspect of it, because that's
Yeah,
new. We haven't had like the Civil War aspect of it yet.
no, all the Navi have always so far we've seen them come together. Even in the first one, where it's like, all right, there's different tribes. They all just are like, well, yeah, we have a common enemy. Let's get together. So it is an interesting idea. What is he bringing to the table with these Ash people? Do they know that he's a human that's in Navi form? I assume they do because he's pretty like he wears like
He's
human
got
clothes
the
and stuff.
camo stuff going on.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So I assume they do. So what are they promising these people that we will leave you alone if you help us out on that? Like that, I'm curious about because clearly they're basically trying to take over this planet. Pretty clearly, they're setting up a whole base and stuff. So, or is it a resource thing? Is it this resource introduced in the second one that's in the
unobtainium.
whales, and the
What is it
tokuns?
called?
Well, they shifted away from unobtainium. That's the first one, and then second one they introduced what's inside the Tolkuns. This
Yeah,
kind
it's
of
like
like I don't know, it's like gold. I can't remember
it's like a
whatever
liquid that
the
prolongs like
liquid.
life. I thought, right? It's
Yeah,
like a
so maybe they're
it's
in
like the
search of
fountain of
that. They
youth,
provide
basically.
that. Yeah, so I am curious to see, you know, what that is. I do like the line from Varang saying, "Your goddess has no dominion here." I think is what she says,
Yeah,
and I'm curious, is that true? Because Awa does operate through the nature, but typically is like these plants and all this stuff. So yeah, like up on a volcano,
Volcano's
is
very
there really
destructive.
yeah, is there really like nothing, that you don't have all these roots of things that
Makes
is it
sense.
just
Like
a symbolic
AWA
thing or
doesn't
is it
like
a little
touch.
thing?
Yeah, it seems like it's a literal like because there's no. It's all bare and burned, and that AWA literally doesn't reach them. So they're almost like a cult status. It feels like,
Yeah.
which is
So
interesting. I will
I
say I
think
didn't love the way they cut the audio in the trailer, where it would show a bunch and then we get a little clip of dialogue, and like one of them, it's like the second one, the first one, it's Jake like, "Baby, you can't do that," or something like
can't
that. It's
keep
just
moving forward being angry or something. Yeah,
baby, yeah. It's like
it's a
it's not a
little
good one.
rough.
Yeah.
It's a little rough. And
Hi,
there's
Jake.
also like a Neytiri scream in the middle that doesn't. It's like not layered in with stuff well, and it feels pretty bad. And it is. It's like this is the stuff that you point fun at. It's like how many damn times can we see Neytiri shoot a damn arrow through like a cockpit of something, or shoot someone off of a flying thing? It's just like we've done it so
Yeah.
many times. So I am with people that's like nothing looks groundbreaking, but it's like I just have no reason to doubt James Cameron with these movies at this point. They both have been really good, and from a money standpoint, have gotten people into theaters as well. But more importantly, I just enjoy sitting through them. I think the very beginning of two for me is like the weakest point of both of the first two movies. It's
Yeah.
just a little like, all right, let's just gloss over some stuff. We never knew if we were going to make another one. Now that we know we are, we got to kind of change some things up, whatever.
Yeah.
Once you kind of get into that, it works. I'm really interested to see what they do with I forget her name, but the Sigourney Weaver character, the daughter. Really interested in that, as she's potentially
Because she's
starts to
like
come
late
into
to
her own.
AWA in a strange way, right?
She was like kind of immaculately conceived, where she is seemingly born of AOS, so a little bit of Jesus kind of thing going on here. Of she's got these special powers, as we saw in the second one, where she can kind of control the nature and the animals around her and stuff. In the trailer, it seems like maybe she's off on her own separate mission for this,
Yeah,
and maybe
seems
that's where
like
she
it.
gets picked up by the ash people, captured. And it says that's interesting because volcanic ash also makes for some of the most fertile ground for flora. Yeah,
Yeah.
that is
So
interesting.
maybe just
So
on that planet, or maybe that's part of it, and we'll learn that maybe the cult is, you know, still taking advantage and doing a lot of weeding, basically,
yeah,
like intentionally not letting it grow. Um, yeah, I'll be interested because it does seem a little cult like, and clearly
oh yeah,
they
definitely.
gotta dislike Awa enough to where one, she's saying that, two, they're letting the general come in and like cause a civil war.
Right.
Not listening to reason. I'm guessing that Jake is going to try and be like, I mean, the people are going to try and kill everything. So, you know, yeah, I'll be interested. But yeah, I don't know. It's just I think the Avatar hate frustrates me because it's like these same people are like, can't wait for the fucking MCU Phase 8 where we're gonna watch the same movie again and again and again and again. Also, Avatar sucks. I'm like, I don't get it.
Yeah.
I can see
I
it if
mean,
you're like, I just hate popcorn flicks. I
yeah.
don't like any popcorn flicks. Jurassic Park, MCU, action flicks. I just don't like them. Then I could see it. But like,
Yeah.
I would, I think anyone. I mean, not to group everyone into something, but I think anyone that says it's not visually impressive is just bullshitting. You can't
Yeah.
look
I
at
mean,
Avatar and say
it's
it's
the one
not
thing everyone
successful.
can agree on. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And like we're getting one movie every like 3 years. Chill. Like if you don't want to
Yeah.
see it, you don't have to see it, and it's gonna go away for 3 years, and then it'll come back. I just don't get the whole it going on at the same time as like now we got the DCU that's gonna start, and it's like James Gunn's already announced like 30 projects to because Superman. I mean, the weekend Superman came out. He's like, oh yeah, and we're doing this and this and this and this, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
I just couldn't be less excited. As much as I liked Superman, but it's just like
Yeah.
now we're gonna
Yeah.
get and apparently Fantastic Four is like really good. I don't know if it is or it's just like it's not ass, so
Yeah.
therefore it is a masterpiece. So everyone's like MCU's back too. It's like so we're gonna be getting 3 to 4 superhero things every year again, and I'm just I think that's what frustrates me. It's like we got that and everyone's okay with that, but they just hate Avatar coming out once every 3 years because it's just
Yeah.
cool to hate, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think it's very easy to differentiate them from these other movies because every sequence of these movies, the level, the time they're putting into each sequence and the amount of people working on this, it's just not on the same level as these other movies. Now, it doesn't mean it makes a good movie, but it's like at minimum you're getting quality work, right? It's like James Cameron's not someone that will let anything be half-assed. He's gonna push everything. He's always trying to be on the cutting edge with technology and just the level of work they do on these, the connection to the New Zealand teams that they work with over there. I mean, it's just pure care put into this. It's strange that James Cameron's like, I'm just gonna make Avatar movies for the rest of my career
It's
here. Like,
basically
it is
Stephen King's
interesting.
Holly. I mean,
Yeah,
like
yeah, it's
you've
like
had a very
stuck
successful
on it.
career, and like to me, like even if I didn't like Avatar, I think James Cameron has like earned the right to be like, this is what I
Yeah,
love and
this
what
is
I
how
want
you
to
want.
do, and I'm passionate about, and like, so that's what I'm gonna make. And like, who am I to say no, James Cameron? You got to make what
Sure.
I like. And same with Stephen King. It's like, is it his best work? Is Holly his best work? No, but and at this point in his career, he's feeling connected to this character, and that's what he wants to make. And I think he's earned
Sure.
that right to. I mean, you don't. In theory, you're an artist. You don't have to earn anything. You could do whatever you want.
No.
But
Well, I mean,
if anyone's
the
earned it, they
other
have. I feel like.
part of it is like he's making that decision based on the most successful movie of all time.
Yeah,
So
and
it's
it's
also
like
like he
exactly.
knows the world loved it. So he's like, okay, cool, you guys are vibing with this. This is the space I want to tell stories in. And I think two was the real test. One was like you can point to all these things. Oh, it was when 3D was peaking and no one had ever seen this and this technology. But two was like the will people still get into this? And it also became
Because it was
like
like
top three movies of
way
all
more.
time.
How many years
Crazy.
between? Like 7,
10
8,
almost.
10? Yeah.
No, it was like a lot. I mean, it was I want to say the first one came out
I mean, we watched it in
2012.
college. Yeah, it must have
Yeah, so
been
it
just
probably
after
was like a
college.
decade or something. I mean, it was a long ass time. And I think this one that's about to come out, they filmed back to back, like
Yeah,
I
you can
think two
tell
and three.
Spider's the same age,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
yeah, yeah. He is Spider-Man's
That's
he's
the
just a
only.
goofy looking dude.
Yeah, and he
I
can.
like I like the idea of the character a lot.
Me too, but he just couldn't
I think
act.
the conflict between him and this clone dad is very interesting.
Yeah, for
Yeah, he's
sure.
just not good acting, and he has like just stupid, cheesy, like James Cameron lines that are just like painful, especially when he can't act.
Yeah, it's.
But
I hope he goes. If I'm being honest.
there's no way. There's no
There's
way.
there's the scene. It's POV inside his mask, and they're like, "Spider, no!"
Yeah,
I'm like,
there's no way.
"Yeah,
I think he's
go
sticking
down,
out.
baby, make a sacrifice." I
I
don't
think
even. Yeah, it's like I just. Yeah, I mean, it seems like he's gonna be the one that's eventually gonna get the dad to
I
to
feel like I feel
turn.
like Clone Dad turns. I feel like Jake goes and Clone Dad turns.
You're talking about Clone Dad as in the general?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Like Dad of Spider, like clone Dad of Spider.
Why are you calling him Clone Dad? Wait, who's the clone?
He's the clone. He is a clone. The
Who?
Colonel.
Oh, the Colonel.
The Colonel. Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
this is
Well,
like
they
not
like
the
took
Colonel.
his like they took his
The
like
DNA.
my yeah. Okay, I see what
Yeah.
you're saying.
They cloned his real life dad.
Yeah, and
This is
yeah.
the cloned version of that
Yeah,
dad.
exactly.
Like,
I agree. I think Spider gets him to turn. He has a what's the word where you turn from good to bad or bad to good? Redemption. He's gonna have a
yeah,
redemption arc,
yeah.
which is fine. Like I don't think Avatar's ever gonna make me go, "Whoa, I never saw that coming."
No, no, it's okay. It's just how you do it. I think it can make sense because he isn't the original Colonel. He is his own person, and
Because yeah,
he's
he likes the Avatar. Like
right, right.
he's
He's like
more
that's all
excited
he's
about
ever
that.
known. It's like what he is. So
Hmm.
yeah, I think they'll but I feel like Jake's going down. I think
My Jake,
that character, yeah, I think the characters
baby.
will end with this one. I think Neytiri definitely lives on, and then yeah, you will focus on the kids, probably notably the oldest son, and
The Whale
then I could
Rider. Is he the Whale Rider, the oldest?
yeah, yeah,
Which I gotta be
um,
honest, I'm okay with that. Like, I
yeah,
thought I wouldn't like the kids as much as I ended up. I really liked.
he's
Uh,
good.
yeah,
Yeah,
his
he's
whole
good. And
storyline, and like I'm okay with Jake kind
Barney's
of
good.
passing the
Yeah,
torch and
yeah,
us
I
getting
think
something new.
it would
Jake for
make
all
sense.
5 movies, I think, would be a bit much.
Yeah, I am glad Payakan is back. That's the Tokun that he rides. You get the close up on his eye. He is
Oh
back,
yeah, oh
and
yeah. He
it's
looks like gonna be doing some cool stuff, especially just water versus fire in general. That's
right.
a cool idea.
Again, it's the same thing where you're like, all right, how many times can we see this guy jump out of the ocean and land on
Land
a
on a
ship?
ship.
Same shit over and over.
Hey,
But he has these
I mean, how many
like
times
decorative
are like
rings
bombs
on
gonna be
him.
used in a war? It's like
Right,
it's
right, I
effective.
know. You see that he has like these like rings. He has these
Mm.
like decorative, almost like they look like big giant gauges, almost or
Oh
earrings.
really?
So
No, I
it
didn't see
almost
him.
seems like they have commended him for helping in the battle of the second one.
That's
I
cool.
also like that we're getting definitely more of this water tribe. You're getting moments with the husband and wife
Seems like maybe
that
that's where we're gonna start. We're just gonna start there,
yeah,
and then
probably.
yeah, I can't. Well, we don't really know how far this Fire Clan is from the Water Clan.
Yeah. It
Um,
looks far as hell, but
it
yeah,
looks far, but I don't know if they're gonna meet in the middle. I don't know what the like. Yeah, I'm curious to see like how the fight's gonna happen because it seems like the Fire Clan would have to make their way towards the Water Clan if they're trying to be destructive.
might
Why
be able
would
to
the
just
Water Clan go there if they're
they
water?
might be able to control the volcano and stuff and just basically be sending down fire and
Yeah,
ash down to them where like they just haven't had needed to do that before, but they have the ability to do that to where the water people have to get out of the way and or go stop them somehow.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, I don't know because I mean, the colonel, his main priority still is just like kill Jake Sully, right? Like that's just his number one. He just like fucking hates him and just
Yeah.
needs to kill him. But then we have this whole city, and they introduce this female general lady that's kind of like the top dog. And so yeah, I'm
And
curious
well,
what we
some
get.
point was it Jake that's in one of the as an avatar in one of the robots in the trailer in one of
I
the
don't
like
know. Yeah,
mechs.
one of the Mexicans probably.
So
Which like
one of the avatars is
same
in one
thing.
of the
How many
mechs.
damn times are you gonna do that, James Cameron? Like it's
He
like
loves them. Yeah, I
the
mean,
hero in a mech suit fighting
yeah.
another. Like
I
it's
think
just
that's
so
what makes me most excited about this one is like, yes, I think we're gonna get some human stuff, but like, I think we're gonna get a lot of Navi on Navi
oh yeah,
warfare, which
seems like that's gonna be the main
that's
thing.
always
Yeah,
been my least favorite part of Avatar is like the humans. Like, I think it makes sense for the conflict, but like, I don't like the mechs and like the I don't know, it's just boring compared to the world of I want to live in that
yeah,
world, and like that's the point. I get that that's the point, but
yeah,
I'm way more excited to see like what Navi on Navi warfare is gonna look like,
yeah. Especially
and
with
then
like this
sprinkle
kind of
in
like a
some of that.
cult leader
Yeah,
vibes. I think is very interesting. And yeah, just they haven't revealed anything, but yeah, like what can she do? Like, does she have powers? Does she have abilities that can be
they might just
utilized?
have their
Um,
own type of AWA. That's not that might be the reveal that there is
yeah,
more than one
the Satan version,
god.
the devil
Yeah,
version. Yeah,
basically. Yeah.
that's true.
Um,
Um, I think the fourth one has been kind of like working title has been like the Tokun Rider,
mm,
which so I think that one is definitely going to focus on the sun. And at this point, I think will be kind of known for this guy that rides the whales.
which is awesome. I mean,
Um,
like, yeah, I love
yeah,
that.
that was one of my favorite parts of two for sure. Was like him.
I would be okay with something like that movie. We get almost like a departure from like he goes off on a quest on his own, and we leave the war in the background,
Yeah,
let him do his quest to then lead up to the finale of like I just think like 5 human verse, which at least again like I said, this one will be a nice break of like Navi and Navi, but like
mhm.
I don't know. Just big warfare, big warfare, big warfare. 5 movies in a row. I think it's realistic, probably what would be happening, but it would be nice to have like a almost like a more of a quest
Mhm.
movie, or just interesting, I guess, to see how that works out. Which we might get with this one with the Sigourney Weaver character. She might be off on
Yeah,
a little quest on
seems
her
like
own.
she's questing a little bit
I
there.
hate that. I'm gonna be honest. I like
Yeah,
her. I like the character. I like everything. I hate that they casted Sigourney Weaver. I just don't get
I
it.
don't. But I don't get it. I think it makes sense. Like, I think it's exactly because of what's going on, right? It's like she
It's
is
supposed
born
to
of
be
just
that
this
character.
person, and Sigourney
I know.
very much right. Her final moments was this kind of like attempted transfer into AOA. So like at
No,
least
but
I
she's
think it
like a
makes
6-year-old kid who sounds like a 50-year-old
it
woman.
is a little weird in terms
It's
of
just
like the yeah.
like
But
let her grow up and then have Sigourney do it. But like it
I
sounds like
definitely think it's less for the story and more just James Cameron's like, Sigourney, I love you. I
no,
want to keep you around.
I know, and that's why
100%.
that to me like I don't like that.
Yeah.
Um, it's just like it comes off as like those. It's the same reason why like Aliens and stuff doesn't work for me as much. Like all that, he's just not a dialogue guy
No,
for me.
his writing is the worst part.
Yeah,
I think her performance is fine though. I liked that character. I
I
thought
like
she
the
was like very
character. I think the
interesting.
voice is just I can tell it's Sigourney, which I know you're supposed
Yeah, it's
to,
like
but
supposed.
like she
Yeah, I
just
think it
sounds
was
so
supposed.
much older than I think she's supposed to be, and I don't know, it just
Yeah,
is a little off-putting to me.
Jesus was wise beyond his years.
That's right.
You
Yeah.
know, that's that's what they're going
So
for.
Jesus Weaver.
Yeah, I mean, it's a Jesus. Yeah, I mean, I think she is going to play a big part. The heavy rumors right now are that the fifth one is returning to Earth, and like
Oh
the
yeah, I
Navi will
forgot
go
about
to
that.
Earth, which is pretty interesting.
Yeah, I
So,
gotta say I'm not excited for that at all. I
no,
mean,
I'm not
the
either.
thing I love
But,
about Avatar is the world and like seeing the world
right.
and like I I yeah, I think it's going to be very hard to pull off those effects with Avatar surround or Navi surrounded by just real life. It's going to look very jarring, I think. I mean, I think
Navi
he won't do it unless
walking
they
in
can make it
Times
work.
Square like the 360s.
Ah, yeah, for real.
Mayberry.
Like, come on. Welcome to New York. Like that's probably what we'll get.
You're
Some
just
stupid.
shooting arrows into like every taxi's windshield,
Yeah.
just like over and over.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. The Talcoons at SeaWorld.
Yeah, yeah,
He's a
yeah,
trainer
yeah,
now.
yeah. Yeah. Dude, I love Tolkien. We just did Animal Kingdom the other day and went to Pandora, and there's definitely a little bit of Tolkien love. They're selling like a big plush
Oh,
Payakan,
nice. Yeah, I think they're
and
awesome. Yeah. The
they're
whale
starting
scene's
to
like, yeah, I mean, it's like a crier when they're hunting the whale
great.
and like, yeah,
Oh yeah,
it's
no, no, they might win. He's riding him for the first time. Yeah, yeah, like the hunting sequence was
the
sad. Like,
parents. Yeah, it's just, yeah, it's brutal. No, yeah,
yeah,
I think two is more emotional than one for me in both ways, in like a beauty way and like a sad way.
yeah,
Um, I think that's what, yeah, like him riding it the first time and just, yeah,
yeah. That's
there's like
great.
tears of joy moments of just like beauty and like, yeah, that I think one never really gave me. And then,
Yeah,
yeah,
one
I
is
think,
more like thrills. Like him first riding the Banshee is like excite. It's an exciting sequence of like him having to fight it and like, and then it's that whole sequence is like high adrenaline. Yeah, whereas
yeah,
him with the whale it feels more emotional. It's like the bond you're getting more, but it's also because Pycon actually has a personality. Like you're
yeah,
getting and you're seeing the POV from inside his own head too.
yeah,
I feel like you connect with him as like a character more. The Banshees never feel like human, like they don't feel like a personality. They just feel like a bird. You know?
yeah, yeah.
But
Yeah, I think all in
yeah, I
all, I'm
think
excited. I think was three the one that the wife, James Cameron's wife, was like, I've seen it and I cry, or he said like I showed my wife and she cried for
yeah,
like 7 days or
yeah,
something,
something stupid
something
like that.
crazy. Um,
Yeah,
which
yeah, I can't remember.
something
Yeah,
goofy
it
like
probably
that.
was this one.
But I bet it's gonna be emotional. And we're obviously, yeah, I think we're definitely getting some character deaths. Probably, I think you're right. I think it's probably Jake. Um, I don't know who else. Spider. Come on, baby. But
Spider. Yeah, I don't. I could see maybe one of the ocean people then too, or something.
yeah,
But
like the husband.
yeah, or the husband.
I can see it.
Um, but yeah, I think. I mean, yeah, I won't start doubting. I don't think he can keep this up. I don't think all five are gonna be bangers. I don't. It's just gonna be so hard to
Yeah,
do. I don't know that any will be a complete dud
yeah,
because again, I think he just puts so much into these that at a base level, I will have some fun with them. But yeah, I hope it's also really good because yeah, two, I wasn't expecting to be like, yeah, it's fine. I'm glad they made it because I love Avatar. But like, it's fine. But I really like two, and like, I've rewatched it. It's super watchable. Like
yeah,
the beginning's a little rough. Once you get past that, it's super. I'm like locked in.
yeah.
So
We really like
yeah,
two. I think two. We went and
I'm
saw it twice in theaters.
Yeah,
And
it feels like a theater movie. Like it's you're getting your money's worth.
yeah,
So yeah, we'll see. Because yeah, like you're saying, this is the first one where it's been a short wait between. So will there be fatigue? Whereas the other one, people waited a long time,
still
or people
3
weren't waiting,
years
people were asking for another one.
or 2. Was it 2 years or 3? I think 3 years, maybe
It's
two.
probably three. I don't know.
2 at the minimum, but
Yeah,
it's
at
still
least
not
two.
that. That's still when you think about stuff like the MCU
Right,
or
right. It's not
most
crazy
sequel.
heavy
He's
once
not
a year.
just.
Yeah,
Yeah, he very much could pump them out once a year, and the quality would be worse for it. So
yeah,
I think he's definitely doing the like, we're putting in the right amount of time. It just seems like once he got the ball rolling on the story, he was like, I know where I want it to go. And yeah, once he saw the money was there, he's like, I'm gonna map it out and put it on a more consistent. But I'm guessing that's probably what we'll get: 2 years, 2 years, 2 years, 2 years, and then we're done.
yeah. I can't remember for like 4 and 5 if there's gonna be a bigger gap.
I mean,
I
imagine
also
they
think like
probably just
depends on
already.
the money too. If this next one
Yeah,
like completely bombed, there might never be a 5.
it's
You
not
know?
gonna bomb. It just
Yeah, I don't
isn't.
think it will either.
It just
No, I
isn't.
don't.
It's a holiday season. Yeah, I think if anything, I think there are still a lot of Avatar haters, but I think there are a good amount of people that I think two changed their mind. Um,
Yeah,
yeah,
I
even if
mean,
they don't
she
want
definitely
to admit it.
corrected them in terms of like their predictions being wrong. Yeah, because people were like, this one's definitely bombing. It was a
Hmm.
one and done. Everyone knows it's Pocahontas, so no one cares. And or the like, no one knows these characters' names. It's like this is not a franchise that matters. Like you
Yeah,
don't need to know the names. These aren't. Yeah. So yeah, I couldn't believe how if I obviously I don't get it because I didn't do anything to make this movie, but yeah, it did feel like a not only were you wrong, but like this was again like top 3 best movie of all time, most profitable movie of all time. Like you couldn't have been more wrong.
you talking
Everybody
about the
just like
second one?
yeah, like
Yeah,
it was just felt so good for just like all the haters and the doubters, and it's like not only did it not fail, it was like one of the most successful movies of all time. It's
yep.
just so funny, which is I was not expecting.
People
So
just hate
yeah,
things for being successful.
yeah, of course. If you're
Which
the biggest movie of all time, the first one, you're gonna get haters. That's just like normal.
yeah,
But yeah, I think it looks good, and I don't think the trailer looks great. I'm excited to see another trailer, see if are they holding some stuff
I think they
close to the
could. I
vest.
think honestly, you take out the dialogue of this trailer, and I like it a lot more.
Yeah, and that
Because it
was that
just
very
feels like
first second one was
crescendoing
more.
music, and then the audio gets turned down so that they could say a line. Then they
Yeah,
crank the audio, the music back up, the score, and then we
yeah.
see more visuals, and then we turn down the audio so they could talk. And just give me shots, honestly,
Yeah.
like because
And most of
it's
the lines aren't very good. It's
no,
just
there's no
probably just
importance to them.
the AOL one from Rang is the only one that I
That's the
really like.
only one. And honestly, it would have been badass if that was the only dialogue at the very
Yeah,
end.
it would have been.
Because yeah, there's just no weight to any of the other
No, like
lines
Jake was
because yeah, it's
really.
not like it's teaching us what the story really is. I don't know. I don't. Yeah, baby, baby,
Yeah, yeah, that part. That part's just brutal. But
baby.
James Cameron has said Neytiri's coming back. He's like she's going back to the badass that she was. Because too, she was just kind of like the
Yeah, I
nagging
liked it. I
wife
mean,
mom.
like,
It was
yeah, but
fine.
yeah, to me, it felt like that's like a realistic path for a mother. Like, I don't
Yeah.
know. She was
The
still
best Neytiri
badass.
was
I
that
thought.
end sequence of her where she was like feral. That was
Yeah,
like the
like
best.
really,
Like she
yeah,
was crazy.
ramped up.
I
And now
like that a lot.
she's been like unlocked, and she needs Jake
Yeah,
to be like, baby,
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 my baby,
my baby.
my baby.
All right, well, we
Yeah,
can
we'll
shut
see.
it down.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah,
What will
so
be better, Dice Head 2 or Avatar
or
3?
Avatar
Tune
3.
in December to find out.
Yep. Well, if you're still here, Ian, thanks for watching.
Shout out to Ian.
Shout out to Ian. The I don't care about spoilers, Ian. It's fun. Hopefully,
Yeah, so wait, did Ian watch any of those 3 movies? Okay, so I love it. So just he's looking up the facts, even though he's just here for the full
yeah.
spoiler.
I think he said he's gonna watch at least Possession. I don't
Yeah,
know if I would urge him to watch Daddy's Head. I'm
yeah, don't
guessing
look
you
Dice
wouldn't
Head.
either. But
But other ones are worth it.
yeah, I think they're worth watching just yeah, I'm excited to hear his opinion, just because I think they're a little outside his wheelhouse, like The Lighthouse was. So I'm just more interested than anything. And I think it's I think film can be an acquired taste to where like you kind of have to. Yeah, he says he's not watched them yet. Yep, on Possession, nice. Yeah, it's one of those things that like I don't know. I don't think I liked artsy fartsy films right off the right off the get go either. But the more I watched, it kind of opened my eyes to like what film can be, how it can be different. And then I grew to like that. And so, yeah, I think at the very least it'll just be fun to hear someone's experience with a movie like Possession that's not watched a lot of movies like Possession. Which, by the way, speaking of with Ian here, it was Ian's suggestion to watch 12 Angry Men. So at some point, at least the three of us should get together and discuss 12 Angry Men because I want to rewatch and show Bree. And we never got to do our discussion. So it's I think it's his favorite movie of all time. I think like number one. I know you love it. I loved it. I think Bree, when I show her, she'll love it. I can't wait to rewatch it. And then I think it'd be really fun to do a discussion on that. So maybe we could find another movie and we'll double feature it for our next or for a movie club discussion. But yeah,
okay.
So that was Possession, Climax, and the Goat, Daddy's Head.
Daddy's Head.
Yeah, we'll probably be back in a couple weeks for the next one. Don't know what we're watching yet, but we'll decide. And yeah, I'm Matt. This is my brother.
My baby, Pat.
This is my baby Pat. My baby brother. And yeah, we'll see you next time.